Yo, what is up, everybody? Shout out to the Anime Heads crew. All of you guys, appreciate every last one of you. Thanks for hanging out with us on Anime Nights episode number 29. We're going to be chopping it up over Anime Expo 2026. The full schedule has been released, and so we're going to do a quick preview of that. Name and I will, of course, be at Anime Expo this year, just like we always are, but we're still waiting to hear, excuse me, if we're going to have our fan panel, because we do normally have a fan panel at anime conventions. Matsuri for sure, Anime Expo. We are trying to get that one cracking off. We did it last year. I think it was a relative success. So we'll see if we'll get it again this year. We're waiting to hear. But let's just go ahead and get started. I don't want to give too much preamble. We got the fellas hanging out in the back waiting to come through. Let me introduce them. First, we got Brandon, the anime guy. What is up, Brandon?
What is up? Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a great night. And be pondering a question. Name one anime you recommend to literally everyone. And if you dare say Bible Black, I am going to shame the shit out of you. Except if you watch it with grandma. If you're going to do that, you got to watch it with the whole family.
Yeah, exactly. That is a topic we're going to get to. We're going to get to that early on. So get your thoughts going on what anime you would recommend to literally everybody. We also got MMA Crease King.
Crease.
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight?
Good, man. How you been? Everything good down there in H-Town? Do we have a delay on this?
I watched Scary Movie 6. I watched Scary Movie 6, unfortunately.
Yeah. Not funny whatsoever. Okay. Yeah. I don't understand what happened with that one. That one did not make me laugh hardly at all. Yeah. So Scary Movie 6. Yeah. 2 thumbs down from me. And then also coming to the stage, we got Name in the house.
Yo.
Name. What is up?
What's up, guys?
All right.
What's up, bro? I was looking at the AX schedule earlier. There's some bangers.
Yeah. There's some good stuff. There's some good stuff on the Anime Expo schedule for sure. So we'll talk about that. And then we're going to talk about something that I thought was kind of an interesting. You shared this story, how the Japan's birth rate, which has been dropping considerably, how that may start to affect manga sales for obvious reasons. Okay. Obvious reasons, because you don't have a supply of young kids buying manga, and it's starting to have that ripple effect, less kids being born, less manga being sold. How do they balance that out as time moves forward? So there's an interesting article I'm going to read about that. Plus, we got a whole lot of other stuff. We'll get to it. Thank you, everybody. We also have a request, not a request, what do they call them? I forgot it already, man. We got a goal. There it is. A super chat goal. All right. So if we get 10, and I see we already got one, if we get 10 $5 super chats before the stream is up, I have some Anime Heads t-shirts that I'll be giving away. Oh, that's upside down. Anime Head t-shirts. This one is in green. I also have blue and black. So that's the goal. If we hit the goal, we'll do the spin. Oh, wait, Angel's not here. We'll figure it out. All right, we'll figure it out. But yeah, if we hit the goal, we're going to give away a couple of shirts. So you guys make that happen, and then we'll make it happen. But thank you very much, regardless of whether we win it or not. Let's go ahead and have some fun tonight. Hit the like button. All right, 27 cats in the chat. Let's keep building. I see also some of you guys over there on Anime Heads. All right. Which is the official channel. All right. Mine is just kind of a spinoff of Anime Heads. So if you could, and if you're on Anime Heads, go ahead, jump on over there. If you're already subscribed, hit the like button over there. We are trying to build up our watch hours so that way we can get things cracking on that channel. Thank you very much, everybody. You guys are awesome. Yeah, let me just go ahead and start with the first topic. This one, it's not a real topic. It's just something that I'm kind of excited about. Stellar Blade Blood Rain dropped a new game key visual. If y'all know anything about Stellar Blade, man, that game is absolutely fantastic.
It'll
And
literally let you. It'll literally set your ass on fire.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
I think Crease might be trying to come through on a different thing. Let me drop him out so he can come back. He's trying to reconnect with us. But yeah, I just saw the preview of this. It looks absolutely excellent. Did either of you guys play Stellar Blade?
Yeah, I have it on the PC. I haven't played it all that much, but I more or less got it just for tech demo and seeing where things are. And holy shit, they're one of the few that actually knew how to make Unreal Engine not suck. It's bloody fantastic. It's a good game, not the best, but of course, when you got the jiggle physics, you can get away with a few things. But it as far as a game, it's definitely a solid 8, 8.5, and for the right people, 9, 9.5. Definitely, they don't pull any punches with the beauty standards, and I'm fine with that. I like it a lot.
Unlike here in the West, where we like to uglify everybody, they didn't do that with Stellar Blade, and that's one thing that I absolutely appreciated. And beautiful, shapely women, I was all on board. I'm like, perfect. And I love the game. I didn't finish the game, although I did get pretty far along. But yeah, it's an excellent game. So something that I'm looking forward to. Not a gamer.
I mean, I don't have the hardware to play it, but come on, DA. I know you're waiting for that new God of War over this one.
You mean the God of Sandwiches or the Hag of War?
God of Laundry?
Or taking the Wabbajack and beating the shit out of her? Yeah. No. There's a reason why I despise Sony with absolute massive hatred and vitriol. And I'm typically not a very angry person. I typically don't hate that much, but yeah. My hatred and everything for Sony is peaked. Absolutely peaked out. I can't stand them.
Don't blame you. Don't blame you at all. All right. So yeah, that was just a real quick one. We can skip on past that. Let's go ahead to the topics. We do this every week. The top 10 anime of week 9 as determined by Anime Corner. ReZero season 4 takes the top for the 6th time this season, which Witch Hat and Classroom of the Elite season 4 just behind it. So here's the top 10. We got ReZero season 4, Witch Hat Atelier, Classroom of the Elite season 4, Demons of the Shadow Realm, Wistoria Wand and Sword season 2, Dr. Stone season 4. I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in My Class at 7, Marriage Toxin at 8, The Ramparts of Ice at 9, and Agent of the Four Seasons at 10. Not too much movement. Everything kind of stayed in this top 10. It's like the same top 10, just shuffled around a little bit. Nothing fell out. Nothing jumped in. So I was like, okay, out of all these seasons that you're actually watching, which ones are working for you if you're watching it?
I still haven't caught up with Witch Hat. I still haven't caught up with Wistoria. I don't have any of the others on here, so I am not the one to ask. But having said that, probably the one that is still the best is still ReZero. From the people that I know that I do hang around that have watched it, yeah, they absolutely love that one. But as far as brand new shows that are absolutely completely new, besides your usual suspects here, I have been thoroughly entertained with everything else I've been watching. So. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Name? Anything on here that's
like Brandon? I gotta catch up on Witch Hat, Demons of the Shadow Realm. I gotta catch up on, but both are pretty good. I'm like only one episode behind on I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl, but that's actually a pretty decent rom-com. It's actually one of the better ones this season. But Ramparts of Ice I need to catch up on too. And I heard Marriage Toxin. You really like that one, so.
I was about to, Marriage Toxin to me is a highly underrated anime. I mean, not underrated from the sense nobody's heard about it, but I feel like a lot of people aren't really checking for it. I really, really am enjoying Marriage Toxin a lot, along with Demons of the Shadow Realm. Demons of the Shadow Realm is kicking ass. A Liar Game, I bring it up every week. Liar Game is good. All right. It's good. It's not great, but it's really good. I find the main character adorable, but also a complete idiot. So that's kind of helps it a little bit. She's an absolute moron, but that's part of the charm. And she keeps getting used and abused by everybody in her because they're playing a Squid Game style game, and it's all about being distrustful. It's called the Liar Game. For whatever reason, they can't figure it out. But yeah, oh, okay. Chris Bolts, shout out Chris Bolts. What's up? Says if you like Sakamoto Days, you will like Marriage Toxic. I agree. It has that same flavor. All right. Different types of assassins with different types of skill sets. You know, they have, what is it called? The blood. I forget the name of the term that they use. They have like a blood ability. It's you know, baked into them because they've been assassins for years and years and years. It's really good. All right. It's really good. So I enjoy the hell out of Marriage Toxin. I hate naivete in adults. She's a complete moron. Yes, absolutely, Chris. But that's part of her charm. And that's why I like it. That's why I like it. I like the fact that she's an idiot and she keeps getting used. And then it takes the other guy that comes in. I can't remember his name either, but it takes him to come in and kind of straighten everything up. So I'm digging that. It's an easy watch. All right. You watch, you know, just move on to the next. Some of the schemes seem a little far-fetched, but it is what it is. All right, so that's the top 10.
I want to say one thing. So I think something we got to watch out for, I think Dr. Stone might shoot up even more, in a few weeks because the finale is coming up. So people might be anticipating that. So
coming through, right.
I'm actually surprised Bookworm is not on here.
Yeah, that was on here earlier. It's kind of fallen out.
Don't know why, because the last few episodes were absolutely fantastic. We're into the why the nobles behave like they do and what happens when you cross a noble type thing. And yeah, we're gonna have Darth Mine come out again, and it's fantastic because when Mine goes into her Darth Mine mode, shit happens.
Yeah. All right, we'll have to see for it. All right, guys, so that's it. Top 10 anime of the week for week 9. I'm there in ReZero. I'm just waiting to binge it because I just like binging ReZero rather than watching it week to week to week. That's just me. But I mean, Witch Hat, I kind of fell out of Witch Hat. I think I got through like 5 episodes and then I just kind of fell out of it. But I'll catch back up. Demons of the Shadow Realm is good, and I've been keeping up with that one week to week. I think I still have to watch last week's episode before tomorrow's episode drops. But it's doing very well for itself. So there's that. All right, let's move on. Thank you very much for y'all support. Oh, look, okay. Let me hit these real quick before we move forward. We got a gifted membership from Ruby Hoove.
Woohoo!
Shout out to Ruby Hoove with the gifted. Thank you very much. And she also drops a 5, says hello, one and all. Thank you very much, Ruby, for the love, for the support. We appreciate it. That's the first $5 super chat towards the goal. All right. If we get 9 more, we're giving away 2 t-shirts. All right. Not 1, but 2. All right. And you get to pick the color that you want. All right. Now, first come, first serve, because we got 3 colors. Actually, I got 2 colors. I got 2 greens, 2 blacks, 1 blue. So we'll let you guys figure that out. But thank you very much, Ruby, for the gifted. Much love to you. All right. Let's talk about this, man. This one is interesting. And again, going back to our constant global conversation, right now, 1 in 5 Americans watch anime, says Forbes.
Wow.
1 in 5. All right. And it comes from this article right here on Forbes. 1 in 5 Americans now watches anime, according to a new global survey. So this came out actually last week. And I'm just going to kind of read through it. Not the whole thing, but just read through some of it so you can get an idea of what's going on. Japanese animation or anime has been outgrowing its niche fan base in the Western Hemisphere for more than a decade, but a new report shows the extent to which it has become mainstream just in the past 5 years. According to a study by Gem Partners, a Tokyo-based analytics firm focused on the entertainment industry, the U.S. has seen anime viewership more than double between 2020 and 2025, hitting 22% in the latest data released by the company. The report surveyed over 15,000 direct respondents aged 13 to 65 worldwide across 15 major markets and covers the years 2020 to 2025. Prior to the pandemic, just about 10% of Americans regularly watched anime, which includes everything from all ages adventures like One Piece, Sailor Moon, and Dragon Ball to intense adult-themed horror, crime, and drama and science fiction. But the last 5 years, viewership increased at a CAGR of 17%, driven in part by a high-stakes competition for content among streaming platforms, including Netflix, Prime Video, and Sony's anime-focused Crunchyroll service. So we kind of been talking about this. Anime is growing by leaps and bounds. It's getting absolutely nuts. And people seem to be watching it more and more and more. They did respondents from the ages of 13 to 65. So that pretty much covers everybody that's watching any kind of entertainment, whether it's TV, whether it's movies, et cetera, and so forth. So what do you guys think about this? Your thoughts when you hear that anime is growing this fast in the West? Brandon, we'll let you go first.
Well, it's good that it's growing, and it's bad that it's growing, because we obviously see what some of the people that it has drawn into the mix. Some of the more, let's say, special people, the blue sky people, the people that absolutely have TikTok brain and or are just plain stupid. So it is good because, you know, the Japanese, they're losing their population. They got to, as their prime minister said, it is a major export of theirs. It's one of their prime industries. They've got to. There's two parts of this that have to be fixed, in my opinion, besides the growth. The Japanese have got to start having fun again and not being so damn scared to talk to each other. That's one. And two,
yes,
making sure that any of the wankers that do try to say, you got to do this to make the anime be more like what I want, tell them to go fuck themselves. Continually always shame them. That's what we've got to do, because otherwise we have like what we had with the Gachiakuta creator and all the bullshit from that. We don't have to tolerate that. They don't have to tolerate that. And I'm hoping that they keep not tolerating it and just keep doing their thing. And if we like it, and it'll just continue to grow. But I also think there is a flip side to this. This just shows you just how atrocious Western-made television, books, comics, movies, and gaming is. These past 10 years have been absolute shit in comparison to what it was the past 10. We almost drove the Japanese studios out of business in gaming back during the Xbox 360 days with what Microsoft was doing and what the Western Sony studios were doing. And now it's completely reversed. Completely on all fronts. It's reversed. So
Agreed.
Crease,
100%. What's my thoughts on it?
I mean, you know, 20% of Americans, right? That's essentially 1 in 5. It said 22%. It's a good thing because you want to see anime grow, and it's gonna mean, hey, that means we'll get even more anime. You know, when you see a market, you know, starting to pick up, that means we'll get more of it. You know, Netflix is starting to get in the mix. Prime Video is starting to get in the mix. Everybody's starting to amp up their anime content because, hey, people are watching it. You know, and, you know, supply and demand situation. But to Brandon's point, you know, that comes with its drawbacks.
Yeah, I mean, just recently, like the head actress of Obsession, all of a sudden she's an anime fan and a gamer out of nowhere, and I kind of questioned that a little bit. However, it's like,
do you think she's trying to get some anime street cred? Is that what she's doing? I'm trying to be a weeb because you get weeb cred or something for liking anime. It's kind of like we saw with what's his name, Logan Paul, right?
Yeah,
you know, hey, I'm a weeb. I'm just like you guys. Hello, fellow
everybody
kids.
wants to be an otaku. out of nowhere now. It's kind of strange. Shout out to Monte Sensei for his video. Like, it's like trying to be the rapper that sells you the mixtape now. It's like everybody wants to be a rapper now. Everybody wants to like anime now. So I mean, it's cool that everybody wants to be anime. Don't get me wrong or whatever. But my thing is this: if you're gonna be an anime fan, be an anime fan. There's just gonna be some stuff that you're probably not gonna like, and that's what I'm like. I'm not moral police or whatever or anything like that. You know, there's gonna be some stuff that you think is gonna be weird. There's some stuff I still think that's weird in anime, and it's perfectly fine or whatever. But like the fact that you want to come into the space and change it is just a no-go, and that's why I'm a little hesitant when like celebrities start endorsing anime, and like you got the you know, you got people that weren't anime fans back in the day and now they're trying to be an anime fan. You kind of got to question them just a little bit. However, not saying that they can't be part of the fandom, because we want to keep it growing or whatever, but you also got to be cautious and just say like, hey man, like, you know, FYI, anime is weird, and you just got to be okay with it and everything. Like, we're not gonna change because you deem it uncomfortable. I understand. Sometimes I feel uncomfortable every once in a while, but hey, anime is anime. Like, leave anime alone. It should not change or whatever. You know, in my honest opinion. So.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're gonna get a lot of this as well. You guys know what month it is. Oh, it's Pride Month, right? Hey, look, Toy.
I blocked their ass. Fuck that.
This is what comes with it. This is what comes with it. They say, okay, we got a virtue signal to the west.
So hey, DA, you better be careful. Toy, like, if you show their logo, they might try to block you, and like you have to owe them money.
Cyfax, your thoughts on the growth of anime, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This, in my opinion, is the ugly.
Well, I mean, Brandon touched on pretty much a lot of it, but I'll say this. Look, I mean, it says a lot when people in Western countries and stuff are willing to go out of their way to go to a medium that they have to read. They have to actually go out of their way to read a medium like, you know, anime is like, or, you know, obviously there's dub and stuff, but at the same time, anybody that knows anything about anime and you get more into it, the sub is the way to go, because then you get the proper translations. So it's like these people are going out of their way to read, and it's like, if anything, you're actually kind of helping the West learn how to read again, because our reading scores are way the fuck down. So I mean, you know, thank you Japanese entertainment, and you know, I know the Chinese is starting to up their stuff, and even Korea a little bit as well. But I mean, so that's great, that's good stuff. But I mean, overall, like he also mentioned, or one of you guys mentioned, like the Blue Sky crowd. The Blue Sky crowd is a bunch of shippers, right? It's a bunch of shipper people. And the other thing that a lot of us on this side of the internet preach is listen to the fans. The problem is, don't listen to those fucking fans. Those aren't fans. Don't listen to them.
Those are not fans.
Do not
They're
listen
weird.
To them. They're not. They're the weird. Do not do that. Like, no. Listen to the people that were here first. Jesus Christ.
The right
so it's like,
fans, right?
Like, listen, it's like no. Listen to these people who jumped on the bandwagon. And the other thing that's happening is what is let's say that side always do? They infiltrate. They come in like it's fucking disease, and then they spread out. And then it's like, oh, let's get into this. Let's get into these nooks and crannies. And all of a sudden, it's nothing that you recognize anymore. We don't want that over here. And like, it's great to see growing numbers because we're all anime fans. That's awesome. That's amazing. I want more people to watch anime. Like Chris was saying, there's a lot of weird shit out there. There's a lot of great stuff out there. You know, you're gonna run into stuff. You're like, what the hell is that? And you're gonna run into like, that was the best thing I've ever seen. You're gonna fall somewhere in the middle overall. And you know, good luck out there. But it's like, I do like seeing the numbers grow, but it is also kind of like,
hesitant.
Hey, you're skating on thin ice here, and you're playing with fire while skating on thin ice. You're like, what the hell's going on here? You know, I hope it all works out, because I want anime to thrive, and it is doing better. It is doing great, and there's a lot of great stuff that's coming out. A lot of seasons of a lot of stuff that we like, and hopefully they keep up the animation and everything. But you know, you are seeing it getting infiltrated. I mean, especially if you go onto you know, X and Instagram and stuff, it's like all the people you don't want around you are like all of a sudden becoming a part of the thing that you're really engaged with, and you're like, stop it, go away, just go away, just
what's the crazy
go back
part?
to your weird shit, and like, you know, if you're gonna join this, go to the weird shit that everyone thinks is weird. Do that. Just try that out. You know, you'll like it. You'll guarantee like it.
You want to know what's the crazy part, side facts? Like, it was not too long where, like, when you could go to an anime convention and, like, you can be weird and no one would not care. Like, seriously, like, you know,
but it's like now the weirdos really stand out because you're like, even the weirdos are like, that guy is weird, dude. Like, you know, it's like the guy who was already like, he was extra weird. Like, he's looking at the new people coming in. He was like, what the hell is that? Like, you know, like that's not good.
I was going to conventions where like this is like before 2016 when conventions were actually fun. Okay, like when anime conventions were fun.
I'll just say this: when the sketchiest guy you know is like that dude sketchy, you know there's something wrong.
Yeah,
like you're just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Look, speaking of sketchy guys,
we didn't have none of these problems.
Gardner.
Yeah, what's up, Stacy? Yeah,
speaking of sketchy guys, hail to Stacy Gardner. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you, bro. And then another sketchy guy. Oh, look, Brandon's getting in on the.
My editor thought it'd be funny to do this. I'm like, no, I already have a reputation to try and destroy about the whole yaoi. I watch one damn Robo series, and now I'm the yaoi king.
Nice. We got Robo King Brandon, the anime guy here. Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?
So yeah, he had fun creating an avatar for when I talk about mechas or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
I mean, JoJo's is pretty zesty, so
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
dude,
it is.
I'm not gonna lie. I kept hearing so much about it with no context. I had no idea. All I heard was JoJo's is good. JoJo's is great. I watched like the first. I watched the first couple episodes, and I was like, this might be the gayest anime I've ever watched. Like I had no. I was like,
yes.
And everyone was like, it gets better, and I'm like, how? Like, in better in what way? It's like it gets gayer in a good way. Like that's not my kind of shit at all. And
see,
dude,
but this is what I'm talking about. Like, you see what just happened? JoJo's is a weird anime. Like, if somebody that never
and
watched,
it probably has a great story. That's the thing. It probably has a great story overall, but there's just way too much gay in it. I know. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I'm just saying, like, if somebody never watched anime before, you try to introduce them to JoJo's, they're gonna think that it's the most weirdest, out of the pocket, weird ass shit before. However, it like, but that's where you have to stand your ground and saying, like, listen, bruh, like, is it weird? Yeah. Is it like kind of flamboyant and zesty? Yeah. But you know what?
Well, good.
I mean, like a good transition to that would be something like you'd be like, "Hey, dude, watch Hunter x Hunter," and then you have that. What's that clown dude's name? His name starts with an H, Hanuma or something. Like, what's his name? It's a weird. He's like he's a guy. Like, yeah, it was like he's super. He's like super flamboyant and weird and like licking things all the time, but he's talking to children, and you're like, what the hell is this? But it's like that would be a good transition into JoJo's.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna let Stacy. I want Stacy to weigh in as well.
Yeah,
we were just talking about the growth of anime, how it's 1 out of every 5 Americans currently. Let me just kind of bring it back up. Since you just got here, Stacy. 1 in 5 Americans now watches anime, according to a new global survey. It's pretty much spreading like wildfire ever since really the pandemic, you know, because everybody was stuck at home looking for something to watch. And then, you know, it's like, oh, okay, they got some anime on. So everybody kind of just started watching anime. And we were just talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of that. Obviously, it's good because we do get to see a lot of new anime. Now, Japan and other companies are going to take more of a risk on some of these properties and to try to get in on the action, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. But on the downside, it brings in some of the weirdest people, some of these fans like the Gachi Akuda fan base. attacking, the creator because, oh, this character needs to be, whatever, it's like, they have their own opinions. And so you're inviting in a lot of woke, a lot of weird, a lot of different, and sometimes that's a bad thing for the anime community as well. So that's what the topic was. I don't think name. Did you weigh in on that yet? All right. What do you got to say, man? Speak up, name.
I mean, you guys have been all saying things that I agree with. And it's, to Cyfax's point, I feel like the Crunchyroll numbers, when I was looking at them, I think Netflix said this too. Most of their user base that engage with anime, they still do prefer the dub. So, they're not reading. They're just not reading. But
hey, Dub King's up here, baby. Dub King's right here.
I am saying once you get more into anime, because it's most people start with dub. Like one of my first animes I watched, and I always bring it up, is Samurai Champloo. I watched it on Adult Swim. That's a dub. I didn't even know there was a sub version out there. And I actually I clicked on it when I saw it on Hulu, and it came up as the sub version. I was like, I've never heard these voices before. Who the hell is this? What the fuck? But it's I watched on Adult Swim. I think a lot of my generation was introduced to anime during Adult Swim. They had animes that they'd play. They even had Perfect Hair Forever, which I reference all the time, which is it made fun of anime, and it was they made fun of the old creepy grandpa dude and all this stuff. It was little 7-minute short little videos that were, in my opinion, super funny. And it's if you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Let me tell you really something. Funny. I'm a long time.
There's a lot of shit like that.
I'm a long time dub fan. You will never get me to switch.
Well, the one that got to me recently that I've been trying to watch was Black Clover, and it was because the kid's voice the kid's voice at the beginning, the first 10 to 15 episodes, the main character, his voice is so whiny and screechy. I was I can't fucking do this. And I tried it in dub and sub, and I was and there were
it's
every
Wizard
post
Naruto.
that I read, I was does this get better? Well, it's Hogwarts. It's Hogwarts
It's Wizard Naruto. It's Wizard Naruto.
It's literally that.
But in a way, that's actually true, because I can't. Asta was take any basic anime protagonist in the shonen genre. Asta was 3 times them. Okay.
Yeah, he was just yelling the whole time.
That's how
and I was just
bad
man, dude, it was bad. But it's apparently he gets more calmed down or whatever.
He does.
As you go through, he gets a lot better. He's not.
I hear it's good, but it's I'm
it's pretty good.
I can't get past it, dude.
It's pretty good,
dude. There's YouTubers' voices that just their normal speaking voice. They're not even yelling, and I'm I can't fucking listen to this dude. And they have good points, and I'm they're this guy made a good point. I'm I can't.
Yeah.
I just
I'm being honest.
I'm an audio person, man. I'm a musician. That shit gets to me real quick.
I will be, when I say I'm the king of the dubs, I'm literally the king of the dubs. My dyslexia is so bad, bro. I could never keep up with subtitles to save my life.
All right, in that case, you'll be in good company, because one of the shorts from this season, the dude that becomes the coach of the volleyball team, is getting dubbed on Ocean Vale. Oh Lord, you're in for a treat with that one.
You kidding me?
Hold on 1 second. I'll pop it up. I'll switch my screen share. I'll show it to you. Because when I saw that Ocean Vale is doing a dub of it, I about shit myself laughing so hard at it. It's this one, and I don't typically go for this type of show, mainly because
Are you talking about? Do you like big girls?
Yes. I just saw it.
Brandon, are you talking about? Do you like? Oh my God!
Mm-hmm.
I have all 8 books. Oh God! I think I
think Stacey got a little bit of.
I don't know what it is.
Oh my God! Do you like big girls? Ooh.
Yeah, it's on Ocean Vale, and Ocean Vale has a Twitter account. They've got over 10,000 followers, and they just in the past hour or two posted, "We're dubbing this." I'm like, oh shit! No, yeah, this makes this isn't quite to the level of the full on pervy, but it's how can I put it? If you watch it, you'll understand. That's all I'm
It's
gonna
one
say.
Brandon,
If
why do
you've
I
seen
feel
high
like every
school-
book
if-
behind you?
if you've
like
seen
every
high-
book behind you, I'm sorry, Brandon. Does every book behind you also count as a 23andMe DNA test? Like,
No.
what are you doing with these animes that you're watching? Like, Jesus
this one.
Christ, brother.
Hey, look, we got a poll
Okay,
up. All right.
to anyone who
I put it in a poll real quick.
To
I just put a poll up for the chat. So chat, sound off. Is anime's growth in the West a good thing or a bad thing? Okay. So far we only got 7 votes. So try to pump it up, get those votes going. That's on my channel, all right, not on Anime Heads. Is anime's growth in the West a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, I will say this
right now.
I was trying to. Sorry, I wanted to make a point, but we got sidetracked. But I wanted to say, globalization. You guys have been saying it is a big problem. It's something that we've been talking about this whole time, and they're changing stuff in places that you wouldn't expect. So I was like looking at Akane Banashi discourse on Twitter, and apparently the dub, they also translate the Rakugos, so like the actual Japanese poetry. And I was wondering, like, how does that work? Because, like we said, translation is never 1-to-1. So, and Rakugo is a very, very specific form of Japanese. Like, the text is like, depending on like how old, it's an old form of like poetry, basically. So I'm wondering, like, how do you translate that to English and keep the same impact? Can you keep the same impact? Because Japanese word placement is like very different. They have the verb at the end of the sentence, and I haven't seen. I still haven't seen Akane Banashi yet, but that's just like one of the. That's just one of the examples. And we always talk about. They put it up earlier. Toei putting the Pride Month stuff, whereas the original Toei, the Japanese account, they're still posting like anime news. That's what they're focused on. But Crunchyroll, they have a whole Pride Month like highlight. They're pushing that stuff. They're like, Happy Pride Month. We're putting Given out in the theaters instead of just advertising Given as a good movie.
It's like I said, no one likes
very
localization.
to that point, name, because like this is like, and let me share that too, because over in Japan, right, this is what they're doing in Japan. This guy had posted it up. It's clear what's more important between Toei Japan and Global Toei. So yeah, on their channel, they're just posting about anime. All right. Yeah, here's the releases. Here's what we're doing for Toei Japan. But then we get the Happy Pride Month shit. Right? Like that's the difference, because this is what people in the West will care about. And so it does kind of bring that to the, it's a stark reminder that this is what they're interested in doing with the West, or this is how they're trying to make sure that the West is brought into the fold. Hey, we got to cater to these guys. We got to pander to them with this Pride Month stuff, where they're not doing that elsewhere. So, that's a good reminder of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, if they should take anything from the West, they should look at stuff like Budweiser and Target and all these people that got boycotted for that bullshit and realize that's a terrible idea. I mean, look, if you're going to look to the West for anything, it definitely shouldn't be their media growth. Like, how do you grow your media? Whatever you're doing is already working. Your media is growing just fine without any of the Western help at all. The only Western help is because actually the Western help, you should be be encouraging the West to keep doing what it's doing, because it only grows your market, because the West is so shitty at what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Localization is
Japan's
just a problem.
Hollywood.
It's a perfect example of what not to do. And so just do the opposite of what the West is doing and you'll be fine. Like that's what that says. That's what it should say to every other market out there. Just do the opposite of what they're doing. Ta-da.
Could not agree more. All right, let's keep the conversation going in a different direction. But before we do, Dragon Master Zero dropped
shout out, bro.
Sticker. Shout out to Dragon Master Zero. Supports all the channels. Thank you very much, brother. He's got a flying pair flying through the air.
Super pair.
Stickers are always awesome, man. Hey, Dragon Master, appreciate it, man. He's also one of the mods on the channel. So everybody give it up for Dragon Master Zero, as I'm about to do, especially if you are a member. Members can say thank you
to Dragon
with
Master.
an emoji. So I'm going to give Dragon Master Zero his flowers. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Also, I forgot to give Ruby Hoove hers. Let me lace Ruby Hoove up as well. All right. Thank you for the support, guys. I really do appreciate it. Helps out the channel a lot. All right. And thank you very much, Dragon Master Zero, for the 10. Let's say thank you to those that have dropped gifteds and super chat so far before we get on to the next topic. Here we go. All right. So as Brandon had pointed out, all right, he had posted this up. This is a good one. All right. And here is the question for the panel and for everybody else out there. Feel free to respond. Name one anime you recommend to literally everyone. All right. Brandon, you got a lot of responses on this post, man. This was a very, very interesting post. I was reading through it. I was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna let you go first, though. What's one anime that you recommend to everybody?
Well, Hellsing Ultimate. It's by far my favorite. It's just so good. Don't know why the thing's not updating. I've changed the screen on it. Let me reshare it here.
Oh, no. You know what? I'm sorry. That's me. I was sharing my screen. I was sharing my screen. All right, let me share yours.
Yeah, so for me, it's Hellsing Ultimate, and it is a very good question. I am very shocked at how many replies I've got, because normally when I post something, I'm normally telling someone to go do stuff with themselves. So this was a change of pace for me, and yeah, ton of good response. So yeah, of course I started with that, but then just looking through some of the responses, and yeah, every single one of these I can see as being a good one. And then we get some of the more heartfelt ones, the Miyazaki movies. And then we end up with people saying, Bible Black Man. I'm like, no, you don't do that.
Why would you do that?
It is an interesting.
But then again, we are trying to gate people a little bit more.
Let's go. Come on, Angel Blade.
Yeah, so I thought it was an interesting one. And yeah, for me, out of all of them that I've watched, yeah, as much as I love Freyr, and as much as I love Ghost in the Shell, and as much as I've loved most of the other stuff, Hellsing Ultimate it's by far the best OVA series, by far.
Okay,
there is no competition in that realm. So
it is true. Hellsing Unlimited is way better. The original Hellsing is cool and all, but Unlimited is like the full manga. Like, how is it intended to be? And like the English actor Crispin Freeman that played Itachi Uchiha, amazing person. I met him before. Really cool guy. So yeah, go check it out.
Crispin Freeman's a damn good voice actor, and I'm actually quite surprised that the changes done between the English adaptation versus the Japanese. It's very different. They're both great, and watching with the subtitling and the English and seeing the difference. Yeah, I'm good with what they've done for both. So if you want to basically watch it twice and have a different experience, yeah, that's the way to do it. And all these that are coming up, they're all fantastic. That's the best part about anime is we have so much fantastic. No. Fallen Angel, I see what you did there.
Do not do that.
I'm a mod, and I feel like I should ban this person or at least time him out for 5 minutes. At least time out. Do you need? I think you need 5 minutes.
You will have
an angel
on your computer.
You might get investigated by the FBI with that one. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Oh man,
we do not talk about Boku no Pico.
No, we do not. No, we do not. Hey, Name, what would you recommend? What's your recommendation to everybody?
Well, is this pitched towards a newcomer to anime or someone that's seen like several? That's the question.
I would just say just in general.
Yeah.
Let's say if somebody came up to you and was like, "Hey, can you recommend me like 3 starter animes or just one?" Obviously,
not
this
even a
question
starter.
is for
Honestly,
one.
not even a starter. I would just say
Hey, I don't watch anime. What would you recommend to me?
Yeah, I would just say just recommend an anime to me, whether you're a lifer and because there's a lot of stuff. I've watched anime for like 40 years, and there's always something new that I've never checked out. So just if you said, hey, I got to watch this anime to somebody, what would you recommend?
I mean, it might be a cop-out answer, but like I said, for me, it always depends on like what genre you like, what kind of like. Exactly, yeah, because if I put them on something and that's not the genre that they're usually, they rock with, and it's like, I'm trying to make them watch it, that probably, the anime is probably going to be, it feels like it might be a make or break for them. Like, if they're not a fan of like...
We're looking at this question the wrong way. All right, do it this way. Recommend an anime to me, name.
To you? You're not gonna watch it, bro. I try to put you on something you ain't never watch. You'll never get to it, bro. You'll never watch it, bro.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, if you just had to recommend an anime, like, yo, this is an anime I think everybody should watch. Everybody should watch this, regardless of if you're new, if you're old, if you've been around, if you've just starting. Regardless, like, what's an anime you feel like everybody needs to watch?
You gotta watch Psycho Pass. The first season.
Psycho Pass. Okay.
Yes, Psycho Pass. Well, I was watching the first. I watched the first season the other day. Like, I binge watched the first season. Amazing.
If you like that Ghost in the Shell type, just like that cyberpunk, that like thrill, that thriller, futuristic stuff. That's a really good anime because like it also touches on some like really like good themes. It's well animated. There's some great action. But if you've seen Mercy at the beginning of January, it's basically like Mercy but way better. Like they have the whole like they have this like AI system that judges you, and they do it way better in that show. I think the first season is pretty much perfection to me. I like the other seasons too, but that first season is just magical. It's 25 episodes, but dude, it like once you get to like the midway point in the season, oh dude, it's just like. After that, it's just nonstop banger after banger. I wish I was watching it weekly back then in 2012. I wasn't watching anime then, but the discourse must have been crazy because after the second half, oh my god, everything goes off the chain.
Okay. All right, Sci-Fax. Give me your.
No Legend of the Overfiend. No. Why? If your father had a subscription to Penthouse, fine. But no.
What say you, Sci-Fax?
It's that bad.
For me, it's easy. It's always going to be like the easiest one for me to recommend to anybody is always going to be Samurai Champloo. I think it's the easy, like it's like an easy starter anime. It has all the anime tropes that are in it, and then if you watch the Americanized version, which is what I first saw it as, it's gonna have hip hop music. It has all this stuff. Like you're gonna be able to see all the tropes, all the stuff. It has a decent storyline. It's only like 24, 26 episodes that are all less than 20 minutes. You get a good coherent story. You get great characters. You get great development. There's some amazing action in it that you still don't even see to this day. Like they use their environment to like battle and stuff. Like, it's just like, I don't know, for me, I always recommend that first in general, whether you've seen anime or you're new to it or you're a veteran of it, but you haven't seen that one. Every time that I have this tattoo, I have a tattoo of all three main characters on me. Everyone just says the first one, they're always just like, oh, that's Spike Spiegel. The same creator did create that, or like he helped in some way or whatever.
Yeah,
so they always think it's Cowboy Bebop, and I'm like, no, it's Samurai Champloo. And they're like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to watch that. And I'm like, you should. I actually think it's better, but that's just me. But that's going to be my first go-to every time. So that's an easy question.
I think that's a good one. That's a good one. Crease.
Okay, so I always say this. My favorite one will always be Yu Yu Hakusho. That's always going to be number one. It will always be number one in my heart. So
yes,
that's my favorite one. But if we're going based off of recommendations to get people into anime, Death Note, always Death Note. Like you can never go wrong
Death
with this.
Note's like everybody.
Death Note's like starter, like that's like your starter Pokemon anime right there. Like it'd be like, hey, here's Pikachu of anime.
If
you got Death Note.
If they don't like Death Note, it's gonna be really hard. That's how I see it. But yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, favorite anime of all time. But this is way too long for beginners. But I will always recommend Death Note because it's like only 37 episodes, and like
yeah, that's the thing about Death Note. It's like you can watch it, and it's not like 5 seasons or some. It's like, hey, it's a limited series. You watch it, it's done, and then you can say, okay, where do I go from here? All right,
it's pretty much it's pretty much like if Batman and the Joker were Japanese. That's like the best way I can like.
I like that. I like that comparison. That's kind of cool.
Because like
that little back and forth with L and Light. I like
that.
that.
L and Light are like Batman and Joker, and they both switch roles because there's times where L will do anything to do anything to like find Akira or whatever, and like Light is like he'll do anything to beat L. So it's really a great cat and mouse game. So yeah, Death Note. You can never go wrong with this anime. If they don't like Death Note, it's gonna get them really.
It's probably over. Yeah, they ain't gonna rock with anime at that point. But I mean, Death Note's just a good story, period. So I mean, if you don't like Death Note, you must not like good stories. And
that's the thing. Like the stuff that we're kind of recommending it. Like my first thought when I read that was like, hey, what would you recommend to somebody who's never seen something before? And it's like, here's an easy, light story to digest while understanding. Like you're gonna get some of the tropes that are in anime. Like they're gonna be there, and you'll be like, oh, like, well, that was kind of weird. Like, why did that happen? And you're like, well, it's anime. You'll understand when you watch another one and you see the same trope in that too. And you're like, oh, this is just a thing they do to represent, like something as simple as like, a dude's nose bleeding because he saw like a hot woman or whatever. Like that's not something you register at first when you first see an anime. Like if you were to just see that, you're like, why the hell did his nose just start busting out blood 30 feet away from him? And it's like, oh no, that just means they saw a hot woman, or like they're in a weird situation. It's tropes like that you see it in something smaller, and they represent it a little smaller, and then you get into other animes and it just it blows up out of proportion, and you're like, okay, I get it. You got to kind of almost ease people into the baby step them into it.
I think, that question kind of, like I said, it's to me, it's open-ended because I look at it as an overall question, not necessarily you're asked to introduce somebody brand new in anime. He never saw an anime before. He's not into anime. What would you recommend versus something that you always, because that's the question, right? What do you always recommend to people? It's like an anime that you've seen that nobody else has seen or few people have seen. Stacy, what's your answer to this question? What anime do you recommend to everybody, no matter what?
For me, that would of course be Mobile Fighter G Gundam. That was one of the very few first Gundam series I've ever seen in my life. What's wrong with Gundam? What's wrong with that? Another one would be Slayers. Slayers is a really good one, especially if you're one of those who want to see girl power. That's a really good one. And Tenchi Muyo.
Oh God.
So many.
If you want to talk about
Sweet Home Alabama,
if you want to talk about Gooner,
wait, no. It's not even Gooner. Sweet Home Alabama has nothing on Tenchi Muyo. That's all I gotta say.
Oh man, they
there's some good. I see some good ones in the comments there. It says Attack on Titan is the easiest recommendation both for newcomers and OG anime fans. I mean, it is for
it's a rough one,
but it's a lot of violence in it. I don't know if it's
I think for
anime.
like today's audience, with like the Game of Thrones kind of audience where like the extreme craziness happens real quickly, you're just like, what the fuck is this? And like it'll draw. I think that one is a good one to draw you in to be like, what is happening?
How can I say
you're not
this?
going to understand other stuff. Like,
how can I say this? It's like when you try to talk to me about Attack on Titan or solo leveling, you're just like, you just don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like you like, because you already seen that story before, and you just like, you gotta let them down easy of just saying like, I mean, it's all right. Like, it's
Yeah, those are tough, man. That would be a tough one. All right, Attack on Titans would be a really hard recommend because as soon as they see that, if you ain't talking to the right person, they're gonna be like, "What the hell did you just recommend?"
If you're into geographical politics, then Attack on Titan and Gundam is your thing. Like,
yeah. So Buddha Cafe asks, "What modern anime show do I recommend?" I mean,
Frieren, Demon Slayer. You know,
I mean, Frieren to me is the perfect anime. Like to recommend for modern anime, it's the perfect one. I couldn't.
My Hero Academia
after season 2. I was like, yeah, this is it. Okay, they get it. The storytelling, the character building, the slow pacing. I mean, the slow pacing might make some folks a little like, this is boring, but I think once you get into it, you can really lock in with Frieren. It's
Frieren is my girl right here. Like I got the physical copies. I got the physical copies. Like
that's on my list of things to do, of things to get. Just haven't done it yet. I do have to say I was rather surprised looking through the list again at all the different responses. I've got one up that was said by multiple people, and I would not have thought it. But who wouldn't want girls in Panzer? Who wouldn't want the tank girls who want to heighten up their femininity through tank combat? Why not?
If you are into if you're in the NRA and you just want to see girls like shoot off guns, there you go. See, there's an anime for everybody.
Yeah,
I love it. It's a fantastic one. It really is. I was shocked.
What about Blue Lagoon? Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, Black Lagoon. If you're into
that one, because that one's kind of like
Sopranos.
episodic. It's kind of episodic in the way that they do it. You know, it's like it all connects as one story, but it's like overall, it's like kind of mini stories in between one big story.
Yeah,
that could work for a lot of people.
If you're into Sopranos, Black Lagoon. I mean,
Black Lagoon is really underrated. Hell, the manga is actually really good, and I actually have all 13. I have all the mangas so far. I'm from what I've heard, Viz Media is talking about continuing.
Hansel and
I got a massive Revy tattoo right here because I love that character.
The Hansel and Gretel arc, man, where when they went for Val Liga's men.
Oh man. Yeah.
God bless them kids. They had been effed up messing with that Russian lady, man. Like,
all right, let's move on.
I kind of figured when I seen that, when I seen that, I was like, okay, I can tell this blonde head chick with the scar, automatic do not cross. I would cross Revy before I cross her.
Yeah, Vanilliga ain't to play with, man. She'll get her revenge by any means necessary, man. And she did.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, Revy will just look good doing it.
Jazz.
We got a anniversary coming up. It's our anniversary, and it's none other than MAPPA celebrating their 15th anniversary on June 19. All right,
Juneteenth.
How about that, right? Anime King, one of the top studios right now, obviously, that's working. And of course, they've just partnered with Netflix, so they're gonna have some announcements. That's dropping in 2 weeks. All right, so we might cover that on Anime Nights and check out what it is that they actually announced. But they did share they will have new information on these 6 anime series: JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, the final season. It's like, what possible announcement could you possibly have?
More?
I'm curious about that, so I'll be tuning in for finding out what's that all about. Chainsaw Man, the Assassin's Arc, Dorohedoro, Oblivion Battery, and Ranma. Okay, and I think there was one more. I had something up, and it was one more announcement that they made. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick.
I'm surprised that they're still they're talking about Attack on Titan. I thought that was done.
I thought it was done too. So anyway, your thoughts on 15 years of MAPPA and what possible announcements could we see? I'm thinking maybe like a video game for Attack on Titan, the final season. Maybe they make a game out of the entire last season maybe that's something that they're working on. But what are your thoughts on that? Anybody in the panel jump off?
I got no opinion because all this stuff I haven't seen except Ranma, but my knowledge of Ranma would be based on the first series, not the reboot. So I'm gonna bow out.
It's
on that
pretty
one.
censored compared to the original.
Yeah, I would say the only one out of these ones that I've watched, I mean, I never finished Attack on Titan. I'm still catching up on Jujutsu Kaisen, which, I mean, the animation is fine, but it's like I kind of fell off on the story. Like, I just don't care. I'm just
It's
like,
confusing as hell.
it's a great, it looks great. It looks awesome. Whatever you're looking at looks cool, but I'm like, I don't really
Side
know
facts,
and
just
nor
say
care
it,
what's
bro.
going
It's
on.
all style, no substance, bro. All boxing.
Well,
That's all
no,
we
exactly.
watch
Well,
cable.
that's literally that's kind of exactly what I'm saying. Where I'm like, I don't know enough of what's going on, even though I've tried to rewatch it a bunch of times. Where I'm like, I don't know. And then the only other one on there was shit. What was that third one on there? It was
I'm sorry, Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man. Which that one I'm actually up to date with because I watched the movie with the Reze arc one. That was a great movie, and I mean the stories. It's okay. I mean, I'm gonna continue watching it when whatever drops from Chainsaw Man, but it's not like you could tell me it's coming out tomorrow, and I'm not gonna be like, shit, I gotta watch it tomorrow. Like I don't care enough about it. It's what I've seen of it. I do like, but I'm not. I don't know, running to the theater to see it, or like running to my computer when I get home and being like, oh, I got to watch the new episode. You know, it's like, I'd rather watch something like Free Rent or stuff like that. Like, I don't know, like that kind of stuff I'm more interested in. It's just more, I don't know, more up to my speed right now where I'm at in life. So
yeah,
there you go.
I mean, I pretty much watched all those animes except for Rama. I've caught up with pretty much all of them on that list. Attack on Titan, I finished. Chainsaw Man, I'm caught up. Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm caught up. I mean, I'm really ready for Chainsaw Man. Like, I'm ready for season 2. Like, I love the movie.
Yeah.
I love the series. It was all good or whatever. Like, I think I want some more Chainsaw Man, to be honest with you. Jujutsu Kaisen, it's like it reminds me of Yu Yu Hakusho and Bleach. So like I like that type of anime when it comes to the spirit realm and stuff like that. So I'm excited for Jujutsu Kaisen. I already finished watching this season 3 this year. So yeah. I haven't seen
love all of that stuff too, man. I'm
Yeah.
like right there with you, Crease. Like anything in that spirit realm, Bleach, JJK, you know, all of that stuff works for me. But I just like, you know, for what Name says, style over substance. It's like, yeah, it kind of is. The story is just kind of everywhere, and you really have to lock in and pay attention, and you got to be like focused in order. It's not just something you can wash over and just like, all right, cool. It's a very, very
the story isn't interesting enough to like grab me into where I'm like I'm invested in the story itself. I'm more like I want to see what your cool abilities are. Like it reminds me of like when you get to like episode 150 of Bleach or something where you're just like, okay, let's see your next power up, I guess, because you know, like Bleach is cool and all for a minute, and then all of a sudden you're just like, okay, what's the next best way you beat the next new guy? And like a lot of animes kind of do that, and I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen's going that way, where it's like a repetitive thing. Yeah.
That's why I said earlier when people recommend, like when it came to Attack on Titan or like even Solo Leveling, like you have to let some people let them down just a little bit because you watch so much different animes to where like you're like, yeah, man, like how can I tell you that it's just kind of okay to me? Like I understand this is the best anime to you, but like you have not ate enough compared to what I have. So like it's like you just gotta let them down easy. Like I understand that's your favorite anime, but
there's plenty of better like stories and stuff out there. But I'll say like a lot of the main ones that are out there that are more in the zeitgeist or whatever, I will say they have better character designs than some of these kind of smaller ones. Like they just look better. It just looks better. Like Solo Leveling has amazing character designs. Whether you like the story or not, like the character designs, like the people or whatever, you're just like the false god alone, like that laughing god alone. It's iconic. Like you're never gonna forget that image. Like there's stuff like that that'll stick with you, and I'm like, that's a great selling point.
For instance,
here's one other thing that an Anime Corner pointed out. Apparently, they will be announcing a new project as well, which probably is going to be something with Netflix, I'm guessing. We'll find out. But yeah, there it is.
I mean, for JJ, for the big ones, how much news do you think they'll actually drop before Anime Expo? Because if they blow their load early, like what are they going to show at Anime Expo? Are they just going to have us there waiting in the line and reiterate like everything they said in the MAPPA stream? Like, man, people were really mad. Yeah. I know the JJK one for this MAPPA one, they have the Itadori voice actor there, so they might announce something, because you don't just, well, unless you're Crunchyroll, you don't just bring the actor out for no reason, just to have them say like, oh, hey guys, I'm here.
I think they'll probably drop like a little bit of hints, and then at the convention they'll go into it more detailed. Like they'll probably drop a picture or something, and then when you get there, you're like, "Oh wow!" So that's what that picture was leaning.
My guess is right now they're gonna do casting announcements. Like this is the extent of their announcement. They'll announce like new cast. That's a big thing in Japan. Voice actors they love like teasing that, because like sometimes let me try. I'll find the video later. It's when they announced the Escanor voice actor, everyone went crazy. But I think they'll save actual footage. They'll save actual footage for Anime Expo, if anything.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what they do. What they do announce.
Well, it looks like they've got a baseball series that they're going to be doing, but I'm looking at everything that they've done for the past 15 years. There's almost nothing on that list that to me is worth a damn. I don't care about any of those. JJK, no interest. Rama 1/2, this modern take is so censored it's worthless. However, what I would be interested in, and what I want
Brandon
them to do,
right.
He is right though.
I'm not. Modern Ranma is terrible. Oh, if you're going to watch Ranma, watch the original. Unfortunately, it's not finished, but watch it up to where it ends. Then go get the books and finish it. The ones that I would want to see from them, that we are waiting for, and the series is actually complete. Vinland Saga. Where the hell is season 3 of Vinland Saga? But they've also done. They also do Hell's Paradise. I'm good with that. Hell's Paradise is great. And Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill is probably the best damn thing that they've done. It is so funny, and it's so beautiful looking.
Yeah.
Zenshu was fantastic looking, but it didn't stick the landing. And as you can see, they're not immune from making shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Lazarus was terrible.
Yeah, but out of all the stuff that they've done, those are the ones that stick out to me. The other ones, we talk about, the deep dive versus the normie bait. Most of that other stuff to me is normie bait. And I know they're good, but they're just, there's something about them that just never clicked with me. And I'm okay not dealing with them or watching.
It's like when somebody tells you that Demon Slayer is like one of the best animes of all time. And once again, you kind of got to let them how can I tell them? It's just basically
no, just let them have it, man. They're getting into anime. They're newbies.
Let's call it what it is, boys. It's shonen slop. There we go. That's the term.
A lot of the stuff in MAPPA is shonen slop, and if that's what they want to specialize in, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just
I tell them that it's just Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is just a sister. Like that's what Demon Slayer is. Like.
Like I'm not a huge fan of Demon Slayer or whatever, but it's like when you go, like I can go and watch one of their movies that come out, and I don't follow the story. Like I'm so far behind that I'm like I don't even know where to where to begin again.
Did you get?
I saw the first season. Yeah. But it's like
you're good.
No. But it's like every time I watch one of the movies, it's just like the animation is so much more extreme than what I first originally watched. Which is great because I'm like, hey, that's cool that they're using like this 3D stuff while doing some of the old animation, and they're mixing and matching it, and it kind of blends relatively seamlessly, I'm like, I think that's awesome. I think that's
the
great.
best thing about Demon Slayer is the animation.
The animation,
It's
amazing.
That's the thing I've been saying.
Which is the same
fun
thing.
too.
I
like
thing
the
with
characters. I like
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Zenitsu. I like
all the characters. I just think
I think the characters are fun. Like so,
I think the show is just overhyped.
Characters, Tanjiro, everybody's fun. They're fun characters. You have a good time with them. But like
a conversation.
In terms of storytelling, it's very basic.
And that's a conversation that's been going around a few years. Is like with the globalization or like popularity of anime growing, are like these big shows that are popular, are they being gassed up because like, you know, they have good animation and that's enough to carry like a mediocre story? And that's because like, you know, sometimes you just watch anime.
That's exactly what it is. Because let's just because like there has been plenty of times where like I will recommend like anime that's like from the 90s and has a way better story than Demon Slayer. And some people will just say like, ugh, the animation is kind of old. Like, can you recommend me something else? It's like, oh, you
want to whack me.
It's the same thing.
How dare you?
It's the same thing of watching like, you know, old movie recommendations or whatever. It's like you got to take a second to almost recalibrate your brain to be like, wait, let me get back to what this is. You know, it's like, let me get back to this, and then you're like, okay, cool. No. Now I'm on this level again of like, you know, the visuals and whatnot. Yeah. You know, not the storytelling is one thing, but it's like the visuals can affect you like while you're trying to watch it. And it's like if the visuals take you out of the story, then the story will take you out of the visuals back and forth. Like it's a whole thing. So it's like you got to put yourself in that mindset.
Yeah, no, like for me, solo leveling, to your point, Cyphax, the solo leveling visuals make that story so much better than what it really is. Like,
absolutely.
It's just a basic story. Like Demon Slayer.
It's an overpowered dude who just wipes people out all the time.
The wall.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are bringing up really good points because I've been telling this to the new anime fans at work. I've said Ari Ferretta, like if they redid the animation on that, the story could be way better. But when I tell them, I'm like, the audio notes, go look audiobooks or read the books themselves if you have them. They're like, dude, there's so much in the books that they could have put in the show.
You're roboting out, dude.
But they were trying to
you're robot.
But that's the thing when it comes to that adaptations, you don't want a 1-to-1, but they tend to take liberties. And that's what's screwing a lot of the stories up.
Yeah. Hey, Stacey, you roboting. You lagging pretty hard, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happening, man.
I mean,
it's hard. You might want to log out, log back in, try that, and see if that refreshes you up and gets you back in the biz.
I mean, at least you're frozen on a good thumbnail there. You had a good smile. Good job, man. But it'd be like, hey, if you sat there and you tried to recommend like Warhammer to somebody right now, and it's like there's 30 years of Warhammer lore, and it's like none of this, like, where do you dive in at? It's like that. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of something like that, where some of this stuff where you can't just jump into one thing, and if you don't like it, you're not going to understand it. It's like, well, where do I start? Where do I dive in? So when you sit there and like we said earlier, like, hey, what would you recommend? Well, here's an easy watch that'll get you into something harder to watch, and so on and so forth. And then you just do something like that. Like, yeah, there's progressions to this stuff. And obviously we're all at least somewhat veterans in the anime watching area or whatever. So we know what to expect out of something, or when something happens, we know what it means. Like, okay, well, where do you start with? And, there's a lot of things that, they might not vibe with people. But the one thing that I think everyone can agree on is there's so many different types of anime that even stuff that we don't like, maybe you will like. So there's plenty for everybody. There's something for everybody.
It's like,
which is amazing.
And it also depends on what age you are. Like, if you're like,
absolutely,
if you're talking to Gen Z, you have to give them new school anime. It's just don't even attempt to give them mid 2000s and 90s.
Their brains are fried, bro. Their brains are fried. They probably watch anime on like TikTok or YouTube Shorts, bro. That's why like a lot of these like new frantic, like the cool animation anime appeals to them, because like you can cut them up, make a cool like edit to it, and then just put it on, and then like that's all they watch, bro. Like,
well, they watch it for 1 minute, one clip, and then it'll have like some buzzer beat that goes on. It's just like fuck. fuck or whatever that sound effect is, you know, and they're just like, that was a big thing. You're like, and they're just like, that was a big deal. And you're like, dude, that wasn't even the part. Like, that's not even the part. You haven't even seen it. Like, what the fuck?
It
Brandon,
makes me
what you got
sad.
up here, man?
It makes me sad how bad and how unable to maintain attention the younger generation is. But this is the current watch list. I did drop Kusunoki's Garden of the Gods. I just don't have the time. But I am pretty close to being fully caught up. And I will say out of all these, probably the one that is the most unexpected, really good one is The Drops of God. This is a story for adults. Period. End of story. Don't have to deal with any of the teen.
For a little bit.
Mhm.
What episode is it on now?
We're up to episode 10 out of 24. So it's a long season. But it's
okay.
This is a fantastic story. And we don't have to deal with any of the teenage bullshit, none of that angst crap. They're all professional working adults, so you get to see what professional working adults in Japan do. And, you know, family dynamics and trying to describe something that is hard to describe. Right now they're on to the second apostle of the 12 wines. And it's the main character trying to figure out the wine, and when he tastes certain ones that are in that same league, it starts to form the picture in his mind. And you know, it's been so long since I've had alcohol, and when I did drink, I didn't do wine. Wine was by far the worst thing to give me the absolute worst hangover ever. But to have them describe this and to basically give a more or less a crash course on the wine regions, what makes a good wine, why maybe the most expensive one that's out there is not the best, or why certain vineyards with certain years are good but not great, and what makes certain vintages absolutely phenomenal.
We have wine anime now.
Yeah,
I'm not.
This is an absolutely fantastic
I'm not gonna
story.
This like, I hate this poster. You got two dudes staring each other down and the two females looking away from each other. Like, this is like the gayest poster I've ever seen. I'm sure the anime is probably fine, but that's a gay poster.
You know what?
Everything about that is gay.
I don't know if you saw the did you go to the Anime Nights preview?
Fine.
Did you go to the Anime Nights preview for this?
No, not this. Not the last one.
This was in the
It looks gay, dude. I'm sorry.
For the spring. The story is really, really good. It is a really, really interesting story.
No, I've actually read up on it. I've heard it's actually a really good anime and everything. But it's like that poster sucks. And they might be
no. Two guys staring at each other.
And the girls are facing away. They can look at each other too. Come on, let's at least make it equal over here. Shit.
Yeah, this one is by far the biggest surprise out of all of them.
Okay.
And yeah,
I'm playing T's role right now. You know, like, why aren't the women in this? What's going on? No,
I mean, but this is also like, I'll say one more thing, like, you know, going back to the point of globalization, when we think about like what animes are going to be like pushed to the forefront, it's a lot of those like high action frantic ones. Exactly. This one, Brandon, is really good. You know, DA and I'm still stuck on the first episode. I don't know about DA. He's probably seen a little more, but it's one of those like slower animes. Like, the action is in the talking, the action is in the wine drinking. There's no like punches being thrown around. There's no like impact frames, and you know, you're gonna start to wonder like, okay, so I'm sorry for going a little bit off tangent, but yeah, you know the anime you're interested in, Smoking Behind the Supermarket?
Yeah.
Crunchyroll actually dropped the first 6 episodes, but they cut it up into 10, 12 minute like half. So it's like one episode will be cut up into like 12 minutes.
That title sounds really sus, by the way.
It's a more like adult like slice of life, but they cut up like the form. So like a normal episode is like 23 minutes, you know, you just watch it through.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, sometimes like, you know how they have like a split in the middle, they cut that and made it into like shorter like 12-minute episodes. So they got
2 like 10-minute episodes or whatever.
Exactly. So I'm wondering like why did they do this? Is this an attention span thing? Like,
it's an attention span thing.
Definitely attention
100%,
span.
100%, because they're trying to look, especially for something like that, where it's not battle, fight, battle. They're gonna have to do something. And yeah, I guarantee you they split it up for that reason. Just to say, okay, watch this 10 minutes, and then if you're interested, come back and watch the next 10 minutes or whatever the case may be. I don't like it. You know, it kind of breaks it up. Keep the work exactly as it was intended. You know, so that's the kind of stuff. See, I try to go to bat for Crunchyroll, and every time they do little shit like this, it pisses me off. Stop. Just let anime be anime. You don't have to try to soften it up or make it easy for us. Just let anime be anime. So see, that's gonna piss me off, man. All right, look,
Crunchyroll crusades, man.
we got some Crunchyroll to talk about. We're gonna get there. But before we do, let's talk about this. So name and share this one. Viz Media doesn't know how to promote Bleach because why is this guy posted this up? Why is the last digital circus or the amazing digital circus? I think that's what he meant. Getting 4DX screenings and popcorn buckets before one of the big three, and both are getting distributed by Fathom Entertainment. Mind you, Bleach never had 4DX or IMAX screenings in theaters before. So basically what he's saying, this amazing digital circus, see it in, 4DX. And like as of yesterday, I think Thursday, it was the #1 movie in America. All right. It did better than Mando and Grogu. It did better than Obsession and He-Man and Scary Movie. It was
I didn't
the
even know about this
movie in the country yesterday, Thursday. Now I don't know about Friday. We'll see.
I didn't know about this movie.
Did you hear about it?
Man,
No, I did not hear
No, I heard about it on Film Threat, and I mean, I can tell you the easy reason, like the easy reason is this: is Digital Circus is it's a YouTuber thing, and they're backing YouTuber stuff right now, and they just happen to back this one that has a massive following. And don't get me wrong, Bleach does too. Bleach has a massive following, but it's a Japanese following that the Western people have relatively embraced. But Bleach has kind of died out in the last few years because they kind of ended their main series. Now they've done a few other smaller things with like Hulu. They did that like Thousand Blood arc or whatever the hell it was called.
1,000 Year Blood arc is amazing though.
Yeah, it's very good. Don't get me wrong, that stuff's good. But they released it on Hulu, and they did. It's not as big, and it's like not as culturally relevant in the Western media, and like YouTube right now obviously is taken off. So these places like, well, I mean, like he just brought this up right here. It's like you got 3 things that are YouTuber based in the top 8, which is kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
But it's like obviously they're leaning towards the YouTuber stuff because they're starting to actually recognize YouTube as a legitimate source. Like YouTube and YouTubers
this guy
as a
is
legitimate source of
is
entertainment.
It's regarding the promotion of anime movies. I think that's his point. It's like, hey, Viz Media, do you not know how to promote Bleach, or do you not know how to get Bleach on IMAX or on some of these PLF screens? Because the amazing digital circus, they got themselves in some 40X, and by doing that, that absolutely increases the box office for the film.
Well, I mean,
I thought it was an interesting conversation.
I think that's.
I don't want to dwell on it. It's not. I'm using it to kind of springboard to another conversation. But it is a kind of interest. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'll just say I think it's just like ignorance of the Western market. It's like, look, like your big like 40X, your IMAX, all that stuff. Those are all taken over by bigger companies out here in the West in general. So to cut into that in general, you need a big company that's doing that. So whatever company is backing the amazing.
You're talking about one of the biggest anime of all time, and this guy's point was the amazing digital circus got it. Why couldn't Bleach get it? Like that's what this guy is talking about.
No.
Like,
I mean, that's fine, but it's like Japan hasn't.
Digital circus. Bleach has been around for how many decades? Like
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But look at it. Look at Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is one of the biggest releases ever, like in general, right? Have you seen it ever on IMAX or whatever? It's never been released on that out here, from my understanding. Like Demon Slayer, the biggest one out there, the biggest one, the biggest selling one.
It was on IMAX.
Did you?
It was on.
It was.
It has like one show, and more likely Digital Circus. The only reason it's even that big, it might have one release on IMAX for day one. That's
well,
it.
Bleach had
like it's not going to be. Well,
Viz
but
Media.
Bleach hasn't been here for a minute
anime.
though.
Well, hold on. I could probably understand why
Bleach hasn't been here for a minute.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say this. Viz Media is a branch of Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers is not the brightest company ever. So there you go. There's your answer.
I think
I
Viz
mean,
Media
but
is
Well, hopefully Larry Ellison can fix that. Hopefully Larry Ellison can fix that. Now the thing about it is, I think the reason why Bleach hasn't really gotten that is because even though yes, it is one of the original big three, it fell off if you stop and think about it, because on like, it really wasn't streaming that much, and it really wasn't on TV, because even though it was a big three, because they dropped it, and then they find out, oh, final story. That's why they're like, okay, it took so long to get to the final story. That's what I think that's the problem here, and that's mainly the contributor as to why it's not getting pushed as hard as it is.
Yeah, you got Viz Media that's run by Warner Brothers. So
are you guys gonna watch it when it hits theaters?
Yeah, I'll watch it. Like I like Bleach for what it is. It's not my favorite anime, but
yeah, I'm gonna actually buy a ticket as soon as we're done.
This actually might be one that I would say this is an easy early watch. Like if you want to get into anime, like start with Bleach. Like it's an easy like stepping stone into anime. Bleach would be one. Other than it has that, even it like it's in the same category as like Naruto, right? It has 300 something episodes. It's ridiculously long, but it can give you like a good like starter course.
I would not recommend Bleach to anybody.
Not
really, you don't think so? Like,
no,
I think it's easy to consume. But all right.
It goes back to who you talking to. If you talking to like if you're talking to a millennial, you might get them into it. But if you're talking to Gen Z, it ain't happening, dog. Like you better recommend them something else. Like,
well, it's hitting theaters June 25.
I think Tony.
Go ahead, Stacy. Go ahead, Stacy.
The chat. I was gonna say, Tony Ilias has basically just said it in the chat. You really can't watch the final arc of Bleach without seeing the rest of the anime first. So recommending it to a millennial, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, but back to the original point, I think the problem with these studios or like, the globalization of manga is they still don't understand the power that they control. They're still too afraid to take risk on putting anime in the theaters. And that's the problem because you have this like huge, they're making petitions in the Bleach community because outside of the US, the global release, like let's say UK, they're getting nothing. And that's what they're mad about because they want to watch it in the theaters, but they're not getting it. And that's the question because like, they did it for Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer. That's obvious. Of course, that's your heavy hitters. But you got to start taking risk on even your small properties because you never know. So I watched the movie yesterday. This is something that pissed me off since we were getting to this distribution conversation. There are 3 showings at my local theater, and they took 2 of them out because they I guess they didn't argue hard enough to keep it on because they just platform scary. They put more show times for Scary Movie 6. And that's something that these distributors have to understand. Like, if you want people
I want my money back.
Bro, it's crazy. They had it was a showdown show. Back on Scary Movie 6. It was a show. It was the anime movie that I watched. It was called Another World. It's Cantonese. It was beautiful, but they had a sold out showing that all got refunded to make room for Scary Movie 6, dude. Like distributors, you guys have to be more aggressive with your negotiations. You can't just fold and be like, oh, we're only like a few showtimes.
Unless it's Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball, or Naruto, that's the only time people will actually fight back for it. But if it's like a Bleach, and also One Piece. One Piece Cold. One Piece. Don't come at me. All right, I said One Piece. Like my bad. Like it's like if it's those animes, like those are gonna get like the screens or whatever. Like they understand how popular those are, and also Pokemon or whatever. If Pokemon says like, hey, we're gonna do another movie on the big screen or whatever. If they wanted to do a reunion TV show with Mewtwo Strikes Back or something, it's getting a screen. It's going to probably get multiple screens because they understand how popular Pokemon is. But if it's like Bleach or Black Clover or something like that, yeah, they're gonna just say like, yeah, no one ain't showing up for this unless it's a niche fan base or whatever. But like
well, and that's the point I'm trying to make, because like, and I don't know if this is like a distributor thing, like, you know, because I've said this before. Every time when I go watch an anime movie, they barely play any anime ads. They're still playing the same slop that no one is gonna fucking watch. They played the Supergirl ad at every fucking anime movie I've attended, and I'm like, bro, why don't you play an actual fucking trailer that I'm actually gonna want to watch? Because I'm there for the anime. You already played the Supergirl trailer, like everything. So I don't know.
I've never understood that.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. They need to be more aggressive with, if they want to expand anime, just beyond like, you know, the big hitters. See, if you want anime to grow in the West, you have to take more risks.
I see what you're saying, Name. It's basically like what
you're going in and out, bro.
Every time you start talking, it's like, all right, Stacy, what you got to say? Oh man,
it's like what you it's like what was it? The Japanese Prime Minister said. Just I don't know what to do.
Hey, look, real quick, Cyfax, he's got to bounce. He's got to, you know, go eat.
Well,
but
it closes in like 30 minutes. So
you got to really say, hey, look, you want us to expand.
Wait. Let's Cyfax
work with us.
Let's wait, real quick, Stacy. Cyfax got to go. Let him outro himself. Anything you got coming up, Cyfax?
Real simple. No, nothing much going on. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody that's still subscribed to me. I will have stuff coming up eventually, but it's like, hey, man, at the worst, if you're subscribed to me, at least I'm not flooding your timeline with a bunch of nonsense that you don't want to watch. But when I do start doing stuff, well, hopefully you'll want to watch it. So, I mean, that's the best pitch I can give right now, because like I got to get a new computer. I got to do a bunch of other things. It's all money and time, man. And, you know, time is money. So I'm trying to use it to the best of my advantage. So I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming through. Cyfax, everybody, go over and subscribe to my man.
See
Cyfax.
you later.
We appreciate it, man. Gallows the media. All right. Peace out. All right. Stacy, as you were, sir.
Go ahead, Stacy.
If the internet connection holds up.
Did
I think he's frozen again.
he freeze? Man.
I think so. it's
all good.
Every time
it's a rough night, ladies and gentlemen.
What is it?
All right, look.
Oh, there we go.
Wait. What?
Yeah, I don't have name power here. I don't have name power here. They're gonna have to just get more aggressive on trying to push it. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Japan's really got to may have to say, hey, we got to be more forceful.
I agree. Yes, sir. All right, let's move on. We got this to talk about. Kagurabachi, the world tour begins. So you guys know that they announced that there's going to be a Kagurabachi anime series dropping next year. All right, the biggest meme of all time in anime is about to hit its own series. And they're giving us an anime world tour. The website for the first round of announcements has been launched. You can see it right there. And then here's the first few dates that they're dropping. The first one will be at Anime Expo here in LA on July 3rd. Then Japan's Expo Paris on July 9. Animagic on August 1st. And then Anime NYC on August the 22nd. So they got a whole world tour going off of this name. I know you're keeping your eye on this, man. How big is this going to be, man? Because I think this is going to be one of the bigger events of the summer, and everybody's, you know, kind of like, okay, we're getting ready for this. Kagurabachi, talk to me.
I mean, this one is, I think it's on day 2 of Anime Expo, if I'm not mistaken. This one, you might have to be camping several panels prior just to watch it. Luckily, and we'll get to it later, there's a panel that I want to watch before it, so I'm gonna try to be in there as early as I can, because I think like this is something that you can't miss if you want to talk about like anime news. And I know like anime has a Anime Expo, like any convention, when you're showing you like footage, they have a strict no record policy, but I feel like this is obviously gonna get leaked.
This is going to be recorded. It's no question at all about it, man.
There's already betting. There's already betting odds on Kalshi about this, and it's already said it's going to get leaked.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Kagurabachi, and we'll touch on that when we get to the Anime
Nick,
Expo preview. But this I also wanted to discuss, and we talked about it earlier. The manga industry right now. This article, and I'm going to read through this. This is a very, very pressing matter in Japan. The coming disaster for the Japanese manga industry. So, you guys know Japan has a birth rate issue. All right. They ain't having kids. All right. All right. The marriage rates are down and the birth rates are down in Japan. And because of that, there has now become an issue, not just, with Japan societally, but also with the manga industry. So here's what Boichi had to say. A decisive challenge awaits the Japanese manga industry. That challenge is birth rates. I first began discussing the birth rate issue within the industry 5 to 7 years ago, and I first spoke about it publicly on YouTube around 2 years ago. Sometimes people ask me, why isn't the manga industry already thinking about something so obvious? And I usually reply, well, you hadn't thought about it either until you heard I mentioned it. That is the nature of the Columbus egg. Once someone points it out, it seems obvious. In fact, more and more people are talking about birth rates now. Because of declining birth rates, Japan's population will shrink. However, disaster caused by a shrinking consumer base is still decades away. The more immediate problem is the decline in young readers. That process has already begun. Fortunately, Japan has been supported by generations of loyal readers who have continued buying and reading manga throughout their lives. For that, the industry owes them tremendous gratitude. They have held the line remarkably well. But the disaster that is approaching right now is something else. The decline of young manga creators. That is the real problem, and it is a serious one. A healthy manga industry must be centered around young creators. Creators of my generation should serve as a strong outer wall around that center, experienced, stable, and supportive, but not the center itself. When there are fewer young creators, there is also fewer aspiring manga artists. There are fewer assistants. There are fewer future professionals. Eventually, the center of the industry begins to collapse like a sandcastle whose foundation has been washed away. And this is not a distant future problem. If we simply leave things to natural forces, to the standard distribution curve, I believe it could happen within the next 10 years. The labor shortage caused by declining youth populations is not something waiting for us in the future. Sadly, it is already happening. We can already see the consequences. The talent pool is shrinking. The quality of talent pipeline is weakening. Weekly manga magazines in particular are beginning to feel the pressure. Many mid-sized manga magazines are facing increasing difficulties. This threatens one of manga's most important strengths, diversity. Unless something changes, the problem will become increasingly severe. If anything, Korean webtoons may face this crisis even sooner. South Korea's birth rate is even lower than Japan's, and the webtoon industry depends even more heavily on young creators. So he says here, and this is very, very long, so I'm not going to read through well, I guess it's almost done. All right. The demographic crisis facing both South Korea and Japan is serious, but of course there are solutions. There are solutions to almost every problem in the world. The real question is whether we can act while there is still time, whether we can act during the golden window of opportunity, and the solutions themselves are surprisingly simple. They are the true digitalization, globalization, and what happens after globalization. So this guy is saying that globalization is the key to save the manga industry. I want to hear what you guys think about this, because to me, it feeds right into everything we talk about, especially when it comes to globalization. It seems like Japan has to now start looking outside of its own borders, not just with anime, because anime obviously is where everybody's kind of flocking to, but even with manga, which serves as like the ground level, all right, of anime. So, thoughts?
It's not globalization is something that can put off. The problem is, if you want to fix this, you got to fix the birth rate crisis. You got to fix the society. People, and this is actually something I would not be surprised, because I've even talked to people in Japan who through X, they've said yes, the same people that we have here who want to try to control society, like the feminists and stuff like that. They have some of those people there, and you got to deal with that first. You got to basically incentivize people to get together,
have
to
children.
procreate, and yeah.
You have to incentivize people to have children.
They tried everything, man. They incentivize it with money. Oh, we'll give money to young mothers. Doesn't work. They might have the kids earlier, but they don't have more kids.
Nope.
That's the question, because people want their freedom. People want, hey, I don't want to have like, 7, 8 kids. I just want one. All right. There it is. I had my kid. But that's not replacement level, because it takes 2 to make 1 child. So to replace, you at least need 2. It used to be you get 5 kids out of 2 adults. Now you get maybe 1. So it's a big problem currently.
It's a cultural and societal problem, I feel, because like they're so work oriented. First of all, that's a problem, because like if they're too busy working, they're not, they don't have time to raise a kid. And even if they have a kid, I think how does that impact the kid when, like, you've seen it sometimes in anime, the dad just, or like, the mom, they're never home. Exactly. Like, they have really like strict like cultural and societal standards. Like, and I think that has to do, part of a big reason why like they're not having as many kids is because like they're so busy working all the damn time, and I don't know, like you hear stories like, like horror stories about the work culture over there. So I think that's something that needs to loosen up. But I think the big problem with globalization and like importing, foreign talent, we've seen it, in several different countries, not just in Japan, but in the UK. When you bring people in and they're not willing to assimilate, or at least, assimilate with the culture, you're going to start to slowly lose your culture as they start to gain ground. We're seeing it with the Muslim populations in the UK and like, in Japan as well. Japan, like, they have a lot of pork in their food, and they're starting to have to see that, because Muslims just like, I don't like pork. So like, they're starting to have to bend the knee in certain areas, and they're building mosques in Japan as well. Some like, even though Japan has their own like national religion. So it's just like, if you start to import people and they're not assimilating, and this is talking about the culture, but also in the manga space, in the creative space, you're gonna start to like see a very will we still have like Japanese creatives by the time in like several years if they keep doing this? You know what I mean?
What
like,
this guy
are we still gonna get are we still gonna get Japanese style like manga or like any like anime with the soul of Japan, or is it gonna be like this like hodgepodge of like international like creative work? Like, America has to say, China's got to say, Korea's got to say, because that's already happening. We're seeing with globalization.
Crease, if you were in this position, like right now, what this guy is basically saying is that we're going to run out of creators, maybe the readers are going to be down the line a little bit, but who's going to create this stuff? If you're in the position of a manga, let's say a production company, like where do you go for creatives? Do you start looking outside of Japan and start trying to import some creative talent in to keep the manga, industry going?
See, that's the difficult part, is because sooner or later you probably are gonna have to, you're gonna probably have to get people that are not part of your culture to start writing your culture, and that can be problematic, because once again, like we talked about it earlier, a lot of people that are trying to come into the anime space think the anime space is a little weird, or like is weird or whatever. And yes, anime is weird and it should not be changed at anything. But to answer the question, yeah, I think they're gonna have to bend the knee to globalization if people can't work, are working too much or whatever. And if Japan is probably gonna have to, I hate to say it, like they're probably gonna have to copy us when it comes to just like our work culture. Just a little bit, like it's like like you might have to call out every once in a while, have like some fun
let them have some days off, Japan.
Have some days off, man.
Yeah,
like they're working 7 days a week. Like you got young couples that
don't even know how to talk to women, and women don't know how to talk to men and whatever. Like half of the majority of your country is like virgins and everything. It's like, you know, they don't know what to do, like, you know, because either they're too busy or like, you know, they can't, like they want to approach people but they don't know how to do it or whatever. And we have this problem, and it's ruined the entertainment industry in Japan or whatever so much. They're trying to get foreign men like to come. They're trying to pay foreign guys to come talk to the Japanese women, man. Like, wow. So like if you're a foreign dude, like you might have a chance. You can find yourself a Japanese wife.
That is
just
absolutely
insane. It's crazy, but like, you know, yeah, I think globalization, we might have to just, it looks like they might not have no choice, DA. Like, I don't like it, but if nothing doesn't change or whatever, if part of that culture,
passport bros going,
it's the passport
mangakas.
Yeah,
say, hey, come over here and do our.
Yeah, I mean, we're already seeing that because, like, remember that editor we talked about, DA Shihei Lin? That's not a Japanese name. That sounds more like a Chinese name to me now. He may be naturalized, so like he grew up, but like that's a Chinese guy. And even Boichi himself, he's South Korean. So like they're already like starting to import foreign talent. And it's just a matter of like what extent is that going to take before they're like, you know.
This is how I know.
Let me let Brandon get the last word in on this one, man. Brandon, how do they fix this, man? What do they do? Is there, or are we looking at the future where we're getting passport bros over in Japan trying to write some manga because they got to keep the manga industry going one way or another? They do a lot of foreign workers are already going to Japan to get jobs because so Japan invites a lot of foreign workers over. Will the manga industry be subject to this?
Eventually, it'll have to be. You know, if they don't have enough kids, then it's obvious that there's going to be a drop in how many of them actually can, will, or are capable of picking up the slack, either in the story front or in the artistry front. It's a sad thing, but I can tell you, you know, there are some people out here in the West that do want to, you know, try to keep the spirit of it alive. I actually got a friend of mine that's up in Canada, an Albertan, who is voting for Albertan independence and wanting to tell Ottawa to shove it all up their ass. He's creating his own comic, and it is in the style of the Japanese. And he has actually been working towards trying to network and meet up with current mangakas, and I guess he did get a spot to actually have a one-on-one with one of them for a little bit to get some help and critiques on the work he's doing. And he's very talented in the artistry field, and he's doing very well with it. So I think if they want to try and keep it as pure as possible, then they just got to start having kids. Seriously, what the... All right, this is one of those things that it could really go off the rail, and I could get really ranty and really mouthy really quick. But at the end of the day, they've got to start having more kids. They have to find a way to make that the social norm. That's the way it was for every culture. That's what you had to do. Children was a sign of your prosperity. You know, if you were a farmer, a poor farmer, how do you farm? You have to have the help. Well, if you can't afford the help, you got to have the kids. And eventually that can generate into wealth. And with Japan, especially post-war, like we had our boom, they had a massive boom. And then they got, you know, through the 70s, the 80s, all the Japanese guys with their yens, and it's just been a slow, steady decline from that point. And
they got to start, you know, birds and bees.
Yeah, they got to have more sex. Damn it! It's not like they're not having any, but there has to be a change within their culture.
Yeah,
because their culture of work their work culture is atrocious. It is anti-productive, and I think over these decades with their stagflation, I think we've seen it. Their idea of how capitalism is supposed to work is not sustainable past that initial 10 to 20 years. The 70s and 80s were their years, and they have been in a slow decline ever since. Hence why even with us having our own issues with currency, why the dollar is still so strong against the yen.
True.
You know, I was looking at it. If I could do my job remotely and work from Japan, I could live like a friggin' king out there now.
My God. Yes.
Oh, yes.
I looked into that too.
Yeah.
I looked into
Yeah.
that too.
If
I
I
was
could
like,
work
man,
remote
I
from
would
Japan, I'd be a king.
I would
Yeah.
be a king in Japan.
We could
man.
be there. And with with their population collapsing like it is, there's going to be a lot of these places in the more rural areas. They're going to become harder and harder to maintain unless the people
Have you
there
seen like some
are-
of the homes out there? Like some of the homes are basically dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If not
they're
free.
extremely cheap.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like some of these amazing,
Yeah.
nice looking homes.
Mhm.
And they're just and they're selling them for nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
But
And
you know, you
Korea,
gotta
Korea's
consider
going to have the
shit
same
and
problem,
all
but
that.
their problem is worse because their country is being ran by commie pig feminazis right now. So that you want to talk about a cultural sidewaysing? That's one. You know, they've been talking about reunification with the North for years. Well, guess what? It looks like it's going to happen, but on Kim Jong-un's timetable and in his way, they are all going to become commie pigs, and they're all going to be worse for it. And it's a sad thing, but they've chosen their path, and now we have to deal with it. But there's a lot of things Japan could do. There are things that they could do to help right the ship, but they've got to get over themselves with their work culture. They've got to get over themselves
Talk to
with
a
their
girl.
battle of the sexes culture and actually start pushing the dating and having kids and not being afraid to have more than one. You know, it's out of everything in life that I have experienced, that is by far the best blessing I've ever had is children.
Yes.
If any of you guys and gals out there, if you're not married and don't think you're never going to have it, it's not going to happen. I thought the same thing. You know, I didn't really get serious with dating until 24, 25. Didn't get married the first time till 26, but once it finally happens and it clicks, it really clicks. And it is, children are the biggest blessing that you will ever have on this earth. By
down.
far the best blessing.
Hands
And
down.
having not just one, having multiple, because they have their built-in friends, they have their support system, and it's just a lot of fun. It really is. So that's my singular advice.
No, great words, man. Like I 100% agree, man. I'm a father of 4. I wouldn't trade my kids for all the billions and billions of dollars in the world. They are the biggest blessing that I've ever had. And look, have kids, build your own little tribe. You know, that's what I always thought. Hey, I'm just gonna build a little tribe. of Anderson, you know?
You gotta
That's
build
what you
your,
gotta do.
you gotta cement
And-
your legacy, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And for those that say I can't afford to have kids, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, your society
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, your society is going down the toilet because you think you can't afford it. And I can tell you just, from my own experience, once you have the one, that initial cost is already in there, and it doesn't really spike that much. It stays pretty steady. And if you can handle one, you can handle 2, you can handle 3, you can handle 4, because they're all typically anyways going to be in different age brackets, and they're all capable of different things and needing different levels of keeping an eye on them. And once their kids start getting a little older, then they can help contribute around the house, help you take care of things, help with the younger siblings, and or start learning the responsibility of getting a job, taking care of some of their own stuff. If they want to
It's
become
how
more
society
independent.
used to be.
Yeah,
it's how we used to
exactly.
do things. In
Yeah.
I had a
society.
job
Now
when I was
everybody's
16.
Oh, I gotta be careful. I don't want to put too much on my child. No, put
Bullshit.
something on
You
him,
need
man.
to.
That's fine.
Man,
Let him grow up and be a man. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
They've got to
I
learn
mean,
somehow. We can't be coddling them.
I can only speak for myself. However, like when my parents didn't tell me that I had to work,
I
I
had-
just wanted to do it.
I was
just wanted to do it.
me and my brother. We were both mowing lawns when we were 16.
Mhm.
I wanted to do it because I wanted my own money.
Yep.
However, like that's
Yeah.
just, like
Me and my
like,
brother,
you know,
when we were both 16 respectively, we were out there mowing lawns, setting up appointments. Hey, when do you want me to come through mow your front and backyard? You
Yeah, I was
okay?
hustling,
Saturday
man.
2, you Saturday 4.
Yeah.
Kids
I
will
was-
fire it out.
It's a
And-
good
and
way
like-
to earn your own money and get your own things.
yeah.
But to
Well,
your
like for
point-
myself, when I was
Or
that
help.
age, my folks, they reasonable middle class, and not upper, not lower, just reasonable. Anything of any expense that I wanted, I had to get myself.
Yeah.
My first TV, bought it myself. First
Same.
VCR, bought it myself. Dating myself there a little bit because those two things were quite expensive at the time.
Yeah.
Any of the game systems that I wanted, I bought
Same.
myself. I worked for them, and
Yeah.
I had it. I had almost everything back in the 90s, with the exception of the Neo Geo because nobody in their right mind could afford that. But I had a Genesis. I had a Super Nintendo. I had a Saturn when it first came out, PlayStation when it first came out. My brother had an N64 when it first came out, and we bought all of those ourselves because we were willing to work for it.
Yeah.
And that made it so much sweeter and so much better.
Yeah. It's like when I got my first car was for free, but it broke down. But then when I got my second car or whatever, like I worked hard for that one. But like I'm with my third car right now or whatever. But I'm almost about to pay that mug off. But I'm like this close. But it just like when you start working at a younger age or whatever, you just tend to be. How can I say it? Like you just want to get your own stuff. Like you feel great about yourself when you work for it and you achieved it or whatever and you own it or whatever. So
exactly, and it's something that if it's your own thing with your own money, no one can take it away from you.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, look, Brandon, I know you tired, man. It's a late night for you, sir. Thank you for coming through. You always add so much to the show.
Well, thank you.
Is it anime?
Brandon was tired and he still gave us that awesome sermon, bro.
Ah, man, dude, man. Brandon was cooking right there, man. Anime 101 tomorrow morning, sir?
Yep, Anime 101 tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. for you West Coast peeps. I've got Dermy Wormy coming on. It's been a while since he's been there, and he's been popping off recently because of all the YouTube's drama and covering it and all that. So it's been nice to see a guy that has been literally busting his balls for longer than I have, finally getting that level of success and being able to, be able to get a little extra coin. It helps. The extra coin that we get from this does help out. It's helped keep me afloat for the past 4 years, and finally getting to the point where I've got most of my stuff getting closer to paying off and eventually getting a house again. So it is, as always, appreciated. And to all of you out there, watch some anime. And I found a new site that actually links up to AniList. Then when you finish watching it, it updates AniList for you. But we can't talk about it because I don't want it gone, so I can't.
Okay. What's the word? Thank you very much,
Brandon
Brandon.
joined the team. Let's go. Brandon's
That's right.
all I had too.
The Crunchyroll Crusades shall be stopped.
That's right. We shall keep crusading against the Soyoni, because Soyoni sucks on all fronts. That whole entire company just disappoints the shit out of me. But anyways, good night, everybody. Take care.
Have a good one, brother.
Peace out,
Thank
bro.
you
See
for
ya.
coming through.
Take care.
Everybody go subscribe to Brandon, the anime guy. Thank you
Good
very
night,
much,
bro.
Dragon Master, for putting the deets in the chat. Great guy. All right. We got to march on, man. This one right here. Hey, look, speaking of Crunchyroll and Sony, some of us still do have Sony Crunchyroll. I won't name names.
I got plugged, so I watch it for free.
Well, they're doing their sneak peek. All right. So they always drop, 3 or 4 new anime. They do it in theaters. I always go and watch it because it's part of my A-list. So I get, all right, let me watch a couple of episodes of a new anime. So they dropped their sneak peek lineup. Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games. Okay. Skeleton Knight in Another World Season 2. I am watching Season 1 currently. It's great. I still got to finish it up. And then Cleavites Season 2. I still got to finish that one up. That one is also equally good. And then sometimes they have like a mystery one.
Yeah, they always do that. They have like a mystery. They never tell you what it is. It's just like a wild card for them.
Yeah, it's like a wild card.
Yeah, a friend of mine told me about it, so that's definitely why I wanted to take the summer one off so that way I can see it, because he said the mystery one's always a shocker.
Yeah. Which Monday is this on? Name is this on?
It's on the 3rd Monday of the month. It's on the 15th. So yeah.
Okay. So third Monday, so it's coming up in like 10 days. So we will do our out of the theater reaction on that. I will anyway. And then we'll meet together on anime nights. We might do a special anime nights that night to talk about Crunchyroll anime nights and what we thought of the 3
anime
or 4
nightcap.
or 5 episodes. But yeah, so that should be fun, So I just wanted to throw that out there. It happens they do it every month. They have some sort of an anime, special, but for the right before the season starts, so like right before the summer season, which is coming up obviously in July, they're going to give us a sneak peek of what's coming up for summer. So any of these sound interesting to any of you guys? Skeleton Knight, Cleaver Test, Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games, which sounds like that sounds interesting. I don't know where that would go, but anything sound interesting to you guys?
Definitely.
I think this is all anime that Brandon likes.
Yeah, Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games. I've a friend of mine actually has the manga to that, and it's actually really good. Skeleton Knight, I just added that to my watch list, and Cleavitas is actually pretty good.
I guess the ladies with the fighting games, that one piques my interest. However, it's because of Vagabond. That's probably why I like Vagabond. Would probably want to watch that one, not me. I'm just kidding. Shout out to my homie right there.
I'm trying to find a woman. I'm trying to find a woman who loves to play Street Fighter. Send her my way. I like to practice my skills.
Oh man, that's funny.
So we'll catch up with that. Also, and I don't know if you guys. Well, let's go ahead and jump into what is the actual main topic.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll has. Oh, let me shrink this down. Sorry, got to bring up a new screen. Not Crunchyroll. Anime Expo. All right. So, have you guys heard of Anime Expo?
Yeah,
what?
It's like one of the
That's crazy.
biggest anime conventions in the United States.
Pretty much, yeah. It's number one. It's the biggest anime convention anywhere in the country. They have it every year here. All right, even though this website leaves a lot to be desired because it looks very boring. I'm sorry, this is one of the most boring websites. Like you go to the Anime Matsuri website and this cover
popping.
page is just like, hey. Yeah, it's like, bro, this is kind of lame.
Their website, dude, their internet is like absolute trash because like last year they had like an autograph sign up and they didn't properly make it, so like the queue was absolutely trash. So like they need to work on like their like what's it called, their tech and their socials.
Absolute trash. However, we will be hanging out at Anime Expo. Name is going. I'm going. And we're trying to get, like I said, a panel on. My son has already submitted to the panel. He's done Anime Expo. He's done Anime Expo Chibi, which is like in September. Or no, it's in like November. They have like a smaller Anime Expo in Ontario, California, and they do that. So my son has done those conventions plenty of times. Sometimes they're just a little late on the response when it comes to the fan panels, but we put in our request. We'll see if it happens. Anime Matsuri gets back to us like right away. They're like, hey, y'all coming back? Yep, cool. But Anime Expo, it's the biggest one, so I don't blame them. But yeah, here's basically where it's at with Anime Expo. Let me just kind of scroll through like some of the events. And look, this is a very big, long schedule. All right. It says more content coming soon. Check back regularly. All right. I mean, they got the open ceremony. Let me just kind of zoom in on that. You'll have cosplay. You'll have different workshops, voice acting for Japanese anime. So you can like try you could try your
I've done one. That one is cool. That one is really, really cool.
Is it good?
Yeah, they like you said, you don't need to know Japanese. They'll teach you right there, and then they'll just throw you to the wolves, and you do it in front of.
Oh yeah, it says here, don't worry about your Japanese language learning experience. Okay, all right, cool.
I went like 2 years ago. I didn't get to go last year because I was busy, but it was cool.
Crunchyroll has got a very heavy presence at Anime Expo, as you could probably imagine. But yeah, there's just a ton of panels. There's something for everybody. Look, there's maid cafes. You guys like maid cafes? You like maid cafes? They got maid cafes up the ass, man. There's maid cafes round the clock. All right. And look, I went to Japan, but I did not get an opportunity to go to a maid cafe. I think the next time I go back, I'm definitely going to take in a maid cafe.
You're a fake weeaboo, bro.
I sure am, man. I sure but yeah, there's fashion shows you can see right here, the Anime Expo fashion show. There's going to be cosplay. Actually, I want to show this because we were there, and let me show you the where is it at? I have some of the footage from the floor when we were actually on the floor at Anime Expo. Where is it at? There it is. Yeah, we walked through the exhibition hall. And there's always it's like a freaking paradise of anime fans. Like anybody that's been to any like convention, you're familiar with this. But it's like it's taken up to level 10.
Yeah,
with Anime Expo, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're packed like sardines in there, bro. That's
I'm not
how many
surprised.
people there are.
Yeah, Anime Missouri, it's more spread out.
Shoot, I
a
need to
little
get back
bit.
to a convention.
Yeah, this guy was doing his One Punch Man
Ohio
test.
Con and Matsuri out here in Ohio. But yeah, Ohio Con and Matsuri Con out here in Ohio was definitely packed a little.
So it runs July 2nd through July 5. Was it 5?
Yeah, July
5th?
5th.
Yeah, so it's a 4-day convention. And yeah, I mean, there will just be a ton of like panels. This floor right here, this is on like the there's a gaming side. There's a side that's dedicated to gaming.
This is the exhibit hall. This is where they have all the most of the shops, and then the entertainment halls where like DH was talking. That's where all the gaming stuff goes on. They have a few shops there, but that one's focused on like gaming and just like recreation.
Hey man, for somebody that's never been to Anime Expo, because I'm pretty sure you've been to way more than me, and I've only been to I think I've been to like maybe 3 or 4 of them.
Oh look,
for somebody
it's your favorite, bro. It's your favorite anime, bro.
What would you tell people? What is there to expect if you were to show up to Anime Expo? What is there to expect?
I mean, do you see that guy every year who like walks by? If you're waiting, it's LineCon, bro. It's a lot of waiting, and you like I feel like it's 80-90% waiting and like 10% like actual engagement with like cool stuff, because sometimes you'll be waiting in line for panels for hours, and it's only like an hour tops, and sometimes you get more of actual like content, but it's a lot of waiting. So you have to have the stamina for that, and also walking. There's a lot of walking. We talked about it. They took away like that whole bridge, so I wonder how that's gonna go.
Well, okay, look. I did an update. The bridge is still. They're doing a lot of construction in that area, but there's still a bridge.
Okay.
There is still a bridge there. So I had to drive by. I drove by it and it looked like it was demolished. But then when I went by the other day, it's still there. So the bridge is still there. So they will be able to connect both halls.
Okay.
Which is like very important because I don't know what people would do without it. But yeah, like, I mean, it's just like you said, it's a lot of walking. It's a lot of, stuff to see. I mean, the exhibit, these are my kids walking with me right there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I will say my advice in general is if you can, reserve the first day for just buying everything. Like, usually a lot of the stuff gets sold out, and a lot of the big name panels are on days 2 and 3. So if you get all your shopping out of the way on day 1, you can just like chill for the rest of the time. And that's also something I would recommend. If you can, try to attend some of the screenings, because like watching an anime with a live crowd with that energy, it's way different than watching it at home, because everyone there that's at the panel, they've sat there, they've waited hours. They're a fan. They're not just like, oh, it's on the site, I'll just pop in and watch it. Or it's like, oh, it's on A-list, I'll just like, I have it fixed, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
No, you gotta, dude, sitting there for like an hour or two. Sometimes like the line stretches outside and it's like blazing hot. Like you don't do that unless you really, really love the show. So that energy is like, I think it's a cool part about Anime Expo. Like my first year I went, I didn't do that. I just stayed in the entertainment hall the whole time, so I didn't get the most out of my experience. But after that, I started going to more like panels where they show new anime and stuff, and they have like talks with actors, directors, and it's really cool. I would recommend it, even though you have to wait. So ideally, you bring a friend, you can talk to them. Bring like an electronic like game system or whatever, or like just talk to some random person that in the crowd. Just like, and that's the cool thing too, because like you just be talking to random people about like anime, because like everyone's there for like the same reason, and like if you're there for the Demon Slayer panel, like you could probably just chat them up about like Demon Slayer or just anything in general. So it's really cool.
You see the number of people in cosplay.
Yeah.
It's the cosplay. Look, you're gonna see a lot of cheeks. All right. If you ain't ready for the cheeks, man, you're gonna see a lot of cheeks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an anime
video, man. I played out. Go ahead.
That's an anime convention.
I gotta be careful then.
Like you're going to see a lot of cheeks everywhere, man.
I do not want my. If that's the case, I got to be careful about my Issei, because here's a little bit of a story. I went to OhioCon and I actually got a commissioned piece. I actually have the gauntlet for Issei's Red Dragon armor.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, DA, bring your boy T there. He's never gonna talk down on anime ever again.
Show up. Yeah, I really want T to come to check out Anime
He's
Expo.
gonna freak out the first day.
Yeah.
When he sees a dude in a maid dress.
He's gonna get carried out. He's gonna get carried out. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna be guided out by security. This way, sir. You gotta go, sir.
He's gonna like as soon as he sees a guy in a maid's dress, he's gonna say like, "DA, what's going on here, bro?" He's like,
look, every year, there's a lot of Japan. Like Japan is there heavy because they're promoting everything in Japan. Their airlines, travel packages, even like schools.
Tourism too.
Yeah, like they really pump up Japanese tourism here. But I mean, every major anime studio is going to be there. So that's really what I wanted to bring it to. Name. I'm gonna let you go first. I got your deck. I think I got it. The stuff that you're looking forward to, the panels that you're looking forward to the most at Anime Expo 2026. Let me bring this up. And so we'll just go through them one by one. Let me get this one here. And all right. So says world premiere, be the first to watch The Black Torch episode 1. Subbed premiere presented by Viz and Crunchyroll. Special guests AJ Beckles as Jiro and Keith Silverstein as Rago for an exclusive screening, behind the scenes insights, and exciting giveaways as this supernatural action series ignites the stage. So this is one of your top 5 that you're looking forward to. Why Black Torch?
Because I think it's an interesting choice of an anime adaptation, because I talked about last week. This manga actually got canceled, and it's interesting that they pulled it to make an adaptation. Like they're promoting it pretty heavily. Like they released the full volume set in English, and they're doing this anime. So it's like I'm wondering, are they trying to like see if this is something that is worth continuing? Because, and I don't know my anime history as well as Brandon, but I've never seen a case of this before where like. And we're speaking hypotheticals, but if this anime pops off, like, does the manga like get picked up again? Like, do they start like, does the author come out like, hey yo, can we get you back on this? This is actually really good. We need more content because we don't want to be like Studio Pura making filler like Naruto and Black Clover. But I also think it's interesting because they're gonna have the dub actors there and they're gonna be screening in Japanese. I wonder if they're gonna like ask them questions about like performance wise, like I just think that it kind of insights and like it's fascinating to me because we do talk about like globalization, localization, all that stuff. Like I kind of want to hear the thoughts and like if they'll ask them those questions on what it's like to like what they did like to match the performance or like what they tried to bring to their own.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's one of the panels that Name is looking forward to. Another one Kagurabachi. All right, so we
course.
talked about this. We've talked about this an absolute ton.
We have this one. We have to probably be there. Come on, it's obvious, guys. It's the world premiere of one of the biggest anime or like most anticipated anime, and it's actually really convenient because this happens right after the Black Torch panel. So I'm just gonna watch both back to back. I don't have to leave the room. But yeah, even the first 20 minutes, bro. Like Stacey said, bro. Everyone's betting that it's gonna be leaked. It's gonna be leaked for sure, bro.
Oh, it's absolutely going to get leaked. It's probably going to get leaked from here, from the Diamond Ballroom. What's crazy is, I've been to the Diamond Ballroom. I went there last year for I want to say the One Punch Man panel was in the Diamond Ballroom at the JW Marriott across the street from the convention center. It was packed. I mean, this thing seats what?
That's why I'm glad that Black Torch is before it, because this is a problem I've had with AX for a while. Their panel camping is absolutely a thing. They'll have a popular panel, and then like people will be sitting in like 1, 2, like sometimes even more panels before it just to watch that one thing. And they don't do room clearing. Like I don't know what the room clearing policy is. They sometimes will clear the room, but for these big panels, like I don't know why they don't clear the room, because like
they just let them sit there.
Exactly. So I feel bad for the people who actually want to watch like the panel before. Like sometimes like it's like a smaller anime or like a panel, like it's just full of people who aren't interested, and it just kind of feels bad because you can feel the energy in the room. It's like they're not really invested. They're just waiting for the next one, and it just really sucks to see like that. That's the kind of like thing that you have to do
sucks.
just to watch.
Let's just be honest.
Just
it
to
kind of
watch
sucks.
Yeah.
They don't have that problem. Well, look.
See,
I've been to Houston with Anime Matsuri. They sometimes had that problem there too, where people just sitting in panels and they ain't leaving. It's like, but it's not as impactful in LA. It's not as impactful in Houston as it is in LA. In LA, it's a problem because it's like, man, you guys got like some industry, like some huge panels, some industry guys. It's like, hey, people really want to get in here and watch this panel, and they kind of mess it up. What
was you saying, I think. Stacey? Oh, go ahead, Cece.
I'm actually I'm actually kind of hoping it does get a little bit late, because I have the page for Viz Media when it comes to Kagurabachi in terms of the manga. If I just want to see like the first 20 minutes of it, because if I do, I am getting that series. I will buy that series. I want to. Something tells me this is going to be one of those surefire hits. I got to see it.
Yeah, but back to DA's original point, they've been getting better with it this year, at least. They've spaced out a lot of the popular releases. I was talking to DA earlier. Like, I told him, like, we might have to be strategic about, like, divide and conquer, because they're having some, like, two big properties going on at the same time just so people can't, like, sit through it. So I think that's an improvement. Like I said, like, I think Black Torch is still going to be, like, pretty popular. So people are absolutely going to camp that. But, it's better this year than last year. I will say that, because I remember there's like I think last year I was able to like sit in like one panel room for like a few panels straight just to like watch it. And for me, I actually enjoy watching like everything that I saw. But like I absolutely knew like it was miserable for like anyone that was trying to like wait outside, because DA, like they'll just cut you off and say like, sorry, bro, there's no space. Like we're literally packed. Like they'll have to tell you like, hey, yo, if you got a seat, raise your hand. Like it's that bad sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, you're muted. Sorry
about that. Moving on. The next one, Kaiju Girl. What is this? Caramelace? I've heard about. I heard of it. This is one that's on your radar. Name. Why?
Yeah.
Why this?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when you told me to throw together in my top 5, I hadn't viewed the full schedule, so I was just picking like things that appealed to me, and also that I was putting that also like works within the schedule I'm trying to set up. But this one was interesting to me because like we all love like kaiju here. Yeah, kaiju is tokusatsu by the way. But I think this is just interesting because it's like I want to see what the demographic for this is going to be, because you have like kaiju, which is I would say is a very male dominated or like male prominent interest, and you have like this like very like girly setting, which is I would say appeals more to women. So like I just want to see like what it's like when those two worlds intersect.
What is it? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm assuming like
Okay.
it's gonna be there's just gonna be a lot of dudes there too, because like sometimes I'll be watching like an anime with just all girls, and like a lot of I go to like the panels and it's all dudes there, bro. Like if you know Love Live, it's an idol franchise, bro. It's all dudes. Remember that video I showed you where the girl was like asking the crowd, "Hey yo, what are my demographics? We're the high schoolers." No one, and then like that one, it's basically all dudes, bro. It's the funniest stuff. I think that's one of the funniest things about anime that it's like we were talking about earlier. Like we just kind of have to accept that even though like there's all these like different like things that you think would be targeted towards women, it's like it's a myth. There's like a lot of dudes that like it. I think that's just part of the culture at this point. Like there's no reason in like changing it.
Well, it just goes back to like not saying that women don't like anime. It's just more like you got more guys that are gonna like the medium more than women. That's just the facts. Same thing with comic books. Same thing with video games, sports, stuff like that. It's just like it's more of a guy medium.
It's a guy
saying
thing.
that. Yeah, it's
And
not.
then, and then like I would say the live action anime adaptations, I feel like that's more catered towards women. Of course, like guys are a demographic too. But like they cast like really like attractive Japanese like actors for those roles. Like I'm just thinking like they've made so many like rom-com slice of life live actions that we never see because that's just not in our personal interest. But even with the Blue Lock live action, they have like an absolutely star-studded cast of like good-looking Japanese men. And I was looking at some of the comics because I do post that. The girls are going crazy after like every casting, like, oh my god, it's this actor. It's this actor from like a boy band. So it's just like they understand
That's
like
good. That's for them. Yeah. Let them have it.
There's nothing wrong with it. I think everybody should be able to have their entertainment or whatever. Like
the way they want it.
The way that they want it. So, from a female point of view, they want to see good-looking Japanese guys. Not my thing, but that's a female thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's not for me.
Yeah.
But let them have it.
Go.
All right, and then the last. Well, I don't know if this is the last one because name I didn't.
Yeah,
see
I couldn't find. I couldn't find the last one because the last one is actually.
I know this one's near and dear to your heart. My Hero 10th anniversary. It seems like it's just yesterday that My Hero Academia launched, and now we on year 10.
Exactly.
And they're going to celebrate. With a pretty decent panel. It says here. Don't miss the world premiere of the short clip, I Am a Hero 2 Go Beyond Plus Ultra. I know you're looking forward to this, man, as the big My Hero Academia fan that you are.
I mean, yeah, I'm still coping for that Vigilante Season 3 announcement here. But, I mean, we got some pretty cool people. I think Daiki Yamashita, he's been here for, he's been here a lot. I think he's been going, consistently, especially since, they've been doing some big projects. Yeah. Final season, they did Your Next movie, he was there. And then this time, they actually have Shigaraki, which is interesting. The antagonist.
I was tripping off of this dude. I'm like, this dude is Shigaraki. He looks like a kid.
Dude,
he looks like a little kid. And I was like, that's Shigaraki?
Dude, he's actually he's a really good actor. He's really versatile. They typecast him as cool dudes. Like if you have if you watch an anime and there's a dude with a cool sounding voice, it's probably him. But I think whenever he gets to do stuff like Shigaraki, stretch, explore outside of his typecast, he's a really great actor. But
they're gonna pack this one out. I just noticed that. I just noticed it's going to be in the crypto arena. So.
Exactly, dude. That's going to get filled out for sure. Pause. So
I think everybody that kind of wants to go to this will be able to go to this. Because it's at the crypto arena. It's like, all right, I'm pretty sure they probably sectioned off some of the seats. It's not like they're going to have 15,000 people in there, but they're going to have, all the room that they need for this one, for the 10th anniversary of My Hero Academia. I'll probably try to make this one with you name, or at least be in the line. Maybe we won't be together, but I'm gonna be in the line. I'm gonna try to get in there somewhere.
Bro, I got you, bro.
You got me. You gonna be in line. You gonna hold my spot.
Yeah, I'll call you, bro. I'm like, hey, yo, bro, pull up. Just tell them, just tell everyone in line, like, hey, yo, I got a homie in front. Yeah, my last panel.
Yeah, studio.
Name calls.
What are you guys say, Stacey?
I was gonna say name calls DA over. He gets in line, and both y'all get kicked out of line by everybody else.
Nah, bro. Okay, as long as it's not too crazy, they're willing to let it slide. Like if it's not like a whole group of people, they're like, all right, 1 or 2 people. It's like, yeah, it's a friend group. But
All the name has to say is DA is his dad. And like it's just hilarious. Like
nah, DA. If they try to stop you, you gotta press them. It's like, bro, are you stopping me because I'm black?
it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
that's my
man.
son.
Put
Just
that
say
race
that's my
card out
son.
there.
Like they're gonna be like, oh, what?
Bro,
I can't have an
I'm a-
Asian
bro,
son in
I'm a-
2026. Like
Bro, DA gotta pull a Chris Tucker, bro. That's my brother from another mother. I'm black in these.
All right, but look, check it out. If you're interested in going to Anime Expo, if you're going to be in the LA area, you better act fast because the prices are going up. All right, so
It's
last
going
chance
up,
to get
up,
the cheap
up.
prices. 4-day price, $175, and then you can see the individual daily prices. So what is this? This is coming up on Monday.
They already price hiked it once. They always do this every year. They wait till like they drop the schedule and then they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna raise the price. So like
we're gonna raise the price.
It's that FOMO. They hold
Yeah,
out.
they
the
do the
schedule.
same thing with like pretty much every anime convention I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Like you get the tickets early, you get it at the low.
Mhm.
But if you wait and keep waiting, by the time you get closer to the date, it's gonna be
And
up
like,
there.
well, it's $100 automatically.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, if not more. But yeah, big
100
conventions,
online,
they typically
100
will
online.
do this.
And
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I just wanted to share like the ones that I'm kind of looking forward to now. I have to say that a couple of them are Crunchyroll panels. All right. I know that
I mean,
the
DA,
world
you don't
hates
gotta. I mean,
Crunchyroll.
I have some too. It's just I said it in the chat. Crunchyroll's like the Disney of like anime. They just have so much presence, and it kind of feels like they're edging out all some of the smaller like fan run panels because of how much like they have. Like I feel
They're
like this year
arresting
we
all
just have
your-
like.
That's why I was wondering if we're gonna get in with the Anime Family Feud panel because Crunchyroll might have edged us out. But yeah, here's the Crunchyroll panels that they're gonna have. Exiled Night and is gonna be Thursday. Skeleton Night in Another World, early screening, so you'll get to watch the first, I think, episodes of. I've never heard of this one. Hanori-san still wants to fight in the next life. So they're gonna show an episode of that. And then
I
they're
think
going to show the first.
I think Brandon put that on his watch list, and he talked about it last week.
Yeah.
He probably did. Yeah. Skeleton Night in Another World. I'm looking forward to that one. I'll probably check this panel out. So that one, Mushuko Tensei. No. There's another one that on here. Oh, Tanya the Evil. Yeah, Tanya the Evil. Early screening, so you get to see the first episode of season 2. Along with whatever overgeared is, if I got to sit through this whole panel just to see Tanya the Evil, so be it. But it sounds like it's just going to be, hey, here's Tanya the Evil, or here's overgeared. Then they let you watch it. Boom. All right, here's Tanya the Evil, and there you go.
Yeah,
So
and that's the kind of thing I hate about like Crunchyroll DAs. Like they'll put like a big ticket thing, and then they'll put like some of the other things just to pad it out, and it kind of feels bad, like I said, because like people are just waiting for the big thing, and it kind of I mean, I try to keep an open mind. Sometimes I'm surprised, but you absolutely feel the energy in the room. It's just like I'm there for Tanya the Evil, or like I'm there for Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I don't care about like what I'm seeing, and it's just like if they got creatives on the stage, just like damn, bro. It's just like it just sucks, bro. Like we flew out here for this like lukewarm reception, like.
That's one of the reasons why I usually spend a lot of time on the exhibition floor and just like vibing. Because like a lot of these panels really ain't all they cracked up to be. I'm interested in this. So whatever, the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated into another world as an aristocrat. It's like the names on these it's always cracked me up. But then smoking behind the supermarket with you. This is one that I'm interested in. I do want to watch this. This is on my watch list for summer, and so they'll have an early screening of that. So those are a couple of things, you can see Gotcha Kuda got a return to the pit. They'll have a panel. I don't know if I'm going to catch this one. This one's over at the Peacock Theater. I don't know if I'm going to catch this one, although I do want to see Gotcha Kuda, in action. I love this anime. It's amazing. The staff is going to be there. The
Dude,
cast is going to
that
be
line
there.
is gonna be crazy. That line's gonna be crazy.
It's going. That's why I'm thinking I'm not even going to try it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You
even
know,
gonna try it,
I wonder how long they take, like how far in advance they schedule these, because Kei Orana's not there. He came last year. I'm assuming like these are scheduled like weeks, if not months in advance. But it would suck if like, you know, that controversy caused her to like drop out of like, you know, I don't want to go to more.
I bet it did. If it did, I don't know if she did or didn't, but if I was her, I wouldn't show up with all the drama that's going on with fans. I wouldn't be there. It's like you never know what might happen. Witch Hat Atelier, you know, has a panel on Friday. This one is absolutely on the list. The Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle celebration. And I guarantee you, we're going to hear some sort of an announcement.
Oh, yeah.
On the second movie. We're going to get some sort of a release date.
Yeah, real quick, like for Witch Hat Atelier, that's one of the things. So they do the thing. They did something I like, and then they're about to do something I dislike. They put Witch Hat Atelier and Demon Slayer in different rooms. So, like, you know, I like that because people just can't camp in the same room for both of these big animes. So, like, you really have to pick,
they're both
you know?
in the Peacock Theater.
Are
Peacock
they?
Theater
Oh
here.
my God! You're just gonna be camping.
But look how far apart they are. This is 4:15, so I think they're gonna clear it out. And then they're gonna clear it out.
Nah, dude, they're not gonna clear it out. Like there's not that much down. 4:15 and then like 45 minutes. Dude, I did that last year with JJK and Kaiju 8 because they were back to back.
They didn't clear it out,
bro. No, they did not. And look at this. The next one.
Well, it's at
Demons
the
of
Peacock
Shadow
Theater.
Realm.
So the Peacock Theater is, you know, where they, you know, that's I think that's where they have the Grammys in there, where the Grammys are every year. Or one of them.
I was there
it's
last
a big,
year, dude.
Yeah, it's a big
And they,
theater.
dude, they
so it's
packed
like
it out. They packed it out last year.
I bet they did.
Dude, I don't. You have three of the biggest anime.
And Demons of the Shadow Realm. See, look,
no
you
one
could
is
just
leaving,
lock
bro.
in from 3:15 all the way to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and then just go home after that. Like, all right,
Man, I was about to give them their props, bro, but they did the exact thing I hated, bro. Like, dude, you're just gonna be camping through panels, and I understand that, but like, you're gonna have fans.
They don't want you to. They want you to name. They don't want to force you to make a choice.
I think.
But yeah, so Demon Slayer, I was saying, is one of my big anticipated panels. Could an Infinity Castle streaming date be announced? I think they're going to announce all kinds of shit. I think they're going to announce a streaming date for Infinity Castle, but I think they'll also announce when the next movie is going to drop. It's probably going to drop in 2027, probably in the summer. I'm thinking they're going to do a summer release because the last one was in September, and I think they want to bump it back to try to take advantage of a little bit of that summer action. That's going to be a big one. Yeah. So
bro,
if I was them, I would bump it.
Bro,
back.
I would be, for me, if I was, you know, Aniplex, I'd be pocket watching when Man of Tomorrow drops, and I'd do the exact same thing they did to the first Superman movie, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Just watch it.
All right.
Dude, yeah. It's
Anime
gonna be a big
Expo.
Panel.
That's going to be a big panel, man.
Dude, they have
Anime
three,
Expo
they
is
have
also
three actors
focusing.
for that one. They're
also focusing on G Kids.
Oh, yeah.
And the G Kids panel, to me, is a really interesting panel because G Kids, that's like, they focus on film. Yeah, all right, the film industry and, you know, pushing films into theaters out here in the West. So I'm really interested to hear what they have to say. It says, from the team that brings you films from celebrated filmmakers like Mamoru Hosoda, Masaki Usa, and Yuasa, and Studio Ghibli comes the G Kids industry panel. And then it says, join us from an inside scoop of what it takes to release the best films and series from around the world. So I'm looking forward to this one. I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. And then the last one that I'm looking forward to, same as name, the Kagurabachi panel. I will be there. All right. I'll be in line with name. All right. And we'll probably do some out of the panel review and talk about what we thought of the first episode and all of that good stuff. Oh, you know what? There was one more. All right. Because Star Wars is also going to have a panel. I'm a Star Wars guy, man. What can I say? So Lucasfilm and Production IG are going to have a special screening of the first episode of Star Wars Visions Presents The Ninth Jedi. And so I'll probably check that one out too. But yeah, you know, that's what. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure they planned this months in ahead, but I made the joke, bro. I feel like, imagine if they just did this because of Mandalorian Grogu's flop, bro. Like, they're just like, bro, we need a W. Put this out. We need a panel right now. No, but it is interesting because this isn't like Vision Season 4. This is like of it. Like I think they're taking something from Visions that was really good, and then they're spinning it off. So it's like a Vision spin-off. So I think they're starting to believe in the power of anime, bro. Like,
yep. And look, we may do this panel, we may not. This is our Anime Family Feud panel. You could watch this on Anime Heads. It's a lot of fun, man. My son puts it on. He does a really good job with it. This is where I met Crease, man. MMA Crease King. He was there. He's somewhere in the crowd right now because this is the one from last year. But yeah, we have a good time with it. It's Family Feud. All right, it's Family Feud. And my son, he puts a lot of effort into this. So we're going to try to do this at Anime Expo again this year. Anime Expo has this weird, like, we can't film. They don't let us film our own panel. Matsuri don't have this problem. Matsuri's like, film away.
They encourage you to film in Matsuri, but I'm just gonna get a speculation. I bet it's just more of a Crunchyroll thing, like more than like the convention type of thing, probably.
You think so? I can't understand why you want advertising.
Yeah, I think
advertise.
I think Crease is on something here. I do believe it's kind of like blocked off because they know if they give you the okay to record one thing, somebody's gonna try and take advantage and use it, and try and say, "Oh, I'm recording this," and then when they get caught, they're like, "No, I'm not recording that. I'm recording normal stuff." Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a Crunchyroll thing.
Some people will try to.
Yeah, if Crunchyroll is part of your stuff, they're a big anime company. They're not risking anything. I think that's what it is.
It's not just Crunchyroll. It's like every big company there, because you got Warner Brothers there, you got Aniplex there.
Oh.
Like basically
Okay.
any industry panel, they always say like, no video, no photography, and like if
then
we
it's a
catch
Warner
you,
Brothers thing too.
Yeah, we're gonna like kick you out, like basically, and people still do it. So
What's crazy though is they allow you to record like footage from the floor.
yeah,
But they don't like footage from the floor. They can't. I guess they figure they can't stop it anyway, so just let it go. But footage from a panel, like, okay, we're in our own room. We're not doing a Crunchyroll. We're not doing anything with Aniplex or Viz Media or not. This is Anime Family Feud. All right, this is for our channel, and they like, you can't do it. And I'm like, why? But I can record stuff from my channel on the exhibition floor, and I can put all of that up, and nothing's required. I don't need any. Because you could still do it, but they charge you like $1,000. I'm like, I'm not paying $1,000 to film my own panel. You got to be.
Dude, that's weird.
Matsuri, they encourage you to do it. Like they said, they film, man. Like it's more promotion for both sides or whatever. They want you to like promote the convention. So like, film.
That's why we come every year, Crease. We out here in LA. We coming out there next year. We gonna be there in Anime Matsuri again. Our panel's already approved. As a matter of fact, they asked us if we wanted to do a second panel. It's like, y'all want to do another one? I was like, shit. Let me think about it,
again, boys, it goes back to the globalization issue. Like, as anime becomes more global, these conventions start becoming more corporate. Like, I think in the beginning, Anime Expo,
too, man.
I mean, that's crazy. You don't even play anything copyrighted over at your panel, right, VA? Like, why do they just prevent you from filming?
I don't get it.
Yeah. I think it's
we have such a great time with this, man. Like the crowd, you can see the crowd is just absolutely packed out. All right, it's like standing room only, man. There was people like outside the door waiting to get in. It's a lot of fun, man, and the people in Houston are dope. All right, friendly as hell. So I'm looking forward to another year going back to Anime Matsuri out there in Houston, Texas. Crease, do you know the dates? Because it's escaping me right now.
It is July 23rd to the I think to the 26th. Yeah,
26th.
July. Yeah, 23rd to the 26th.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I love.
You're gonna be busy next month, BA.
July is a busy month for us. Yes, it's a very busy month. Yeah. So look, come hang out if you're in Houston, Texas. Come hang out with us. We have a good time. We have a lot of fun. And if you're in anime, if you're in LA, first weekend of July 2nd through July 5, I'll be there. Whether or not we do a panel or not, that's a different story. We'll try to get the panel cracking. But if we do, you'll see me. You'll see my son. Name will be there for sure. And we'll get it jumping, and it should be a lot of fun. All right. Last couple of topics before we get up out of here. HiAnime has announced that it will permanently shut down. So
another one, as DJ Khaled will say.
Yep.
So it's a sad day. HiAnime was, one of the go-to sites for a lot of these straw hats. And unfortunately,
The
they got
Crunchyroll
caught up.
government is coming for us, coming for all of us.
They went offline about 80 days ago. All contact with the website team has been lost. Their major accounts and networks confirmed, deleted, or removed. As a result, the project is considered permanently discontinued as of today. It's a sad day, man. Look, I've said this many times. I got Crunchyroll, yes. I got HiDive, yes. I got Netflix, yes. And that's how I watch all my anime pretty much. But there's always one or two animes like, hey, man, I can't find it on any of these sites. How do I find it? And my nephew be like, I got you, Unc.
It's like
Hey, Unc, I got you. I got
it's
you
the
right
number.
here.
It's the neighborhood drug dealer that got you on your anime. Like, it's like, hey man,
He said,
What
you
you
got
want?
me? He says, "Yeah,
What,
look."
what you want?
what you want, man? You got the new Demon Slayer movie, man. Boy,
Right
you
here.
crazy? But give me a couple more months. I got you. Like,
That's what it is. So yeah, but yeah, HiAnime again, and we've seen a lot of Anime Kai, also went down.
Annie-Watch.
Annie-Watch.
Kiss Anime.
Slowly but surely,
Anime.
like falling off one by one. How are we going to keep them around? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to ever be able to stick around. We're still going to be dealing with Crunchyroll ain't going nowhere. I know a lot of people like, damn, Crunchyroll, do Crunchyroll next. Crunchyroll ain't going nowhere. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. All right. If you was hoping Crunchyroll was going to be on the way out the door, it's not happening.
You have to understand, they used to be a pirate site. They know every one of the moves. They know every one of the moves, what you're gonna do. They know the system. Like, they know every website.
Bro, they took the plea deal, bro.
They sold out.
Torrents. Man, the last time I used some Torrents Alpha Omega, bro.
Man.
That's
I mean,
virus,
man, I try to, like, I just do physical as much as I can. Like, if you could get physical, that's what I do or whatever. I understand a lot of people can't do that, but like, like I try to collect what I like or whatever. So
yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, physical is absolutely the way to go, but it's also like, we're running into that problem. It's like, how
getting too
like
expensive.
that, and that's also like, do these localizers have their hand in like, doing it? Because like, I don't know, man. Sometimes like I know like that's a big thing with like owning physical. It's like if you have like a past version, like if they re-release or remaster it, like sometimes they'll change some stuff.
Mhm.
Like I know like for an example, like the Tom and Jerry cartoons, like modern ones, like they probably censored the shit out of them. Some gags that absolutely do not like fly in today's culture. So like they'll probably like remove it or put like a like a little like sensitivity warning in the front, and it's just like, bro, just show me the
just show it to me, man.
Exactly,
like,
bro. Just let me form my own opinion about it.
Yeah. It's like,
Yep. All right. And then one last one. I thought this was kind of interesting. Crunchyroll. The evil demons of Crunchyroll says the company will respect creators' decisions on whether to use AI in their work. But Crunchyroll says itself they will not use AI for
Bullshit.
subs or dub.
bullshit.
Yeah, that
You don't
alert
buy
is
it.
going. That alert is going off.
Why you say that?
Can I? Because the thing is, they're in Texas, like we don't have no unions. Okay, so like I'm not a union guy, but for argument's sake, like they have a right to work state over here. So like they're going to make sure they don't have to pay anybody. Like so
they're saying that they're not going to use AI, but I guarantee you, like, they will fucking use AI if they have a chance or whatever.
Bro,
like,
Kreese, is that why like a lot of the dubbing has been is slowly been moving towards Houston? Because I know like it was in Canada in the early days of like dubbing, and then it moved to LA, and then I feel like now it's starting to pop up in Houston. Is that why? Because like the lack of a union makes it.
So like because the thing is Crunchyroll is basically like in Dallas, and now I think they're starting to move down to Houston too, because it's basically the biggest city in Texas or wherever. You got a lot more stuff to do or whatever. I think yeah, like they understand that anime voice acting is a thing that everybody wants to do, but the thing is, it's like as an English dub fan or whatever, like you could just tell that sometimes they will phone it in. Like I have to concede that sometimes or whatever. Like the only time like Zach Aguilar, he's a professional. Anytime Zach Aguilar gets on the mic and like does Tanjiro or any other his voice, he takes it seriously. Whereas there's some other guys where they just like, it's just a paycheck or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the pros and cons of just being a dub fan and everything. It's like who's phoning it in and who's taking it seriously.
Yeah. And
like
I mean, sorry.
I was gonna say Chris Sabbath and like Sean Schimmel, those guys are legends. They're professionals. If you like them or not or whatever, they're gonna always bring their A game when it comes to voice acting or whatever. Good.
Yeah, and it's like like you said, like I haven't seen a lot of these performances, so I can't like judge. But like you just bring up like some of these names. I feel like they had like some sort of like acting or like theater training, so like they come from like a different generation. Whereas like now they'll just get anybody. Like they'll hire YouTubers. They'll just grab someone who just like hasn't taken acting classes or like and they're just like and that's the good and bad thing about seeing like so many like new names and like that they're giving so many opportunities to people. It's like you'll get some like good, but you'll occasionally like you'll get some people who are like, okay, it's like, bro, can you get back on the grind, bro? Like learn.
Like a Crispin Freeman. Crispin Freeman is a voice acting legend. Like he played Itachi, he played Alucard or whatever. He like when Crispin Freeman gets on the mic, he's gonna show out. He's gonna do his thing. Like you don't have to tell him what to do. Where you got this new up and comer guy, like he might be all right, or it's like his voice is not there, like it's not mature yet or whatever. Like he's trying to find his way or whatever. It's like when it comes to dubs, like I said, I get it. Like some people don't like it. I respect that or whatever. But you could just tell who's like putting in the work and who's not putting in the work or whatever.
I mean, Kreese, as a dub watcher, do you have you seen those memes where people say like all anime sound or anime dubs sound like this? Do you feel like there is like an absolute like style that they're being directed towards? Because I feel like when I was watching some of the older dubs back in the day, there was like more variety in like the kind of voices for like characters. But now it kind of feels like they're kind of like shoehorning it into like certain like archetypes or tropes.
Like for instance, like the new Rurouni Kenshin anime, like the remaster version of it, like the new one that just came out like about 1 or 2 years ago. Like as a dub fan, I would tell you to watch the sub, because the dub like literally just destroys all of the Meiji era like references. They're like bringing in like American politics, like they're talking about the Democratic they're talking about the Democratic Party. It's like it's in Japan. This is in Japan. What are we talking about? Democratic Party? What socialist? What? See, no, I'm done. Like,
see, that's the reason why. See,
no, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I will tell you, like I'm like if it's a good dub, I'll tell you it's a good dub. If it's a bad dub, I'll say, dude, like don't watch it dub, watch it sub or whatever. Like I could concede on some stuff or whatever. Like the old school Rurouni Kenshin dub is way better than the new one. Way better, like because they had more fun with it, and also like I mean, you had like great voice acting legends. Like I mean, Steve Bloom played like Lord Shishio back in the day. So like it was
Lord Shishio, Sub-Zero, Spike Spiegel.
Yeah. Mugen. Yeah. So it's
I just stick to the subs. You know why? Because I want to hear voice actors in the original language.
Yeah,
that's just me. Everybody's got their own week. And I listen, if you like subs, you like subs, you like dubs, you like dubs, whatever. But I like it because I want to hear the original voice actors work, because to me that adds more of a like authenticity to it, if that makes sense.
When it comes for me with subs, like live action, I can like try to work with it a little bit. I can slow it down a little bit. Like you can, like they slow down their subtitles to where you can read it. But when it comes to like anime subs or whatever, it just goes like 20 miles. Fast. It goes so fast. Like I can't do it unless it's Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Ball, like I could try to do my best, but like I'll try to work with it or whatever. So.
Yeah, and I think like to Chris's and DA's point, I think it's like it's really the training that matters, because like you guys said, I've heard some like questionable like sub work. Like the anime movie I was watching yesterday, Another World, in the beginning, they weren't really like it was really questionable, because like I was listening to it. It was in Cantonese, which is like a language I can like kind of speak and understand. And I was like, hold on, this emotion doesn't sound right to like what's being shown on the screen. But like later on, it got better. So it's just really a matter of like, training. Like, what kind of training do you have? Like, what kind of experience do you have? Are you just like, being picked off the street? Are you just doing the voice? Because I talked to a dub director about this. He said like a lot of people, they know how to do impressions, they know how to do the voice, but they don't know how to act. Like, they'll be able to like recite a line, but like if he tells them like, okay, let me give you this original like piece of like monologue or like dialogue. Can you do this in the character? And they usually like freeze up because they only know how to like, say the line. They don't know how to like think beyond that. And I think that's an important part of like the anime training.
Yeah, with like Zach Aguilar, when he was doing Tanjiro or whatever, when he found out that he was going to be the lead role of Tanjiro or whatever, he like bought all the mangas to Demon Slayer and he just studied it and everything. That's all he did was like, because since he's the main character, he wanted to. And then also he studied the Japanese guy too to match his mannerisms or whatever. Like he took it seriously. And that's why I said like, like when like what I have a problem with some sub fans, like sometimes like they will like literally be disingenuous to the dub guys that actually put in the work. Like the voice actor for Madara Uchiha for English. Oh my goodness.
Neil amazing. Kaplan, dude, I met Neil Kaplan. He's really cool, bro. He's nice.
Neil Kaplan is awesome as Madara Uchiha. Like, I mean, wake up to reality. I'm like, what? Yeah, that chills, man, chills. Like, so and like Justin Cook as Yusuke Urameshi, like the English dub of Yu Yu Hakusho, like I believe is superior to the sub. So, like, to me. Yeah.
Well, that was the last topic.
Yeah.
That was it.
Cool.
We didn't hit the goal. So I get to hold on to these 2 anime head t-shirts. I get to hold on to them for another week. We did not hit the goal, which was 10 $5 super chats, but maybe next week.
Maybe.
Everybody, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Oh, wait. Did you have something, Stacey?
I was going to say, you checked the Fantasy League this week?
Oh, yeah. Let me bring that up. I take it you are dominating. Is that why you want me to bring it up?
Well, I'm still at the top, but you might be surprised by what your results are this week.
All right, hold on. Wait.
He's been hanging out with T too long.
Let me bring that up.
That's
I forgot. It's on the sketch. It was on the thing, and I meant to
that's T Junior now. That's T Junior now, Crease.
For real, man.
Pause.
Bro,
all right, here we go.
Bro.
Anime Fantasy League. Uh-oh. Am I rising up?
Damn, you going up, bro?
Rankings. Let's see. Show friends only. And no, I'm not, man. He's still in the same spot. Look, everybody's increasing though. Everybody's doing better. Name, man. Why are you still sitting at the bottom, bro?
Bro, I need to make some moves, bro. I'm running out of swaps, bro.
You're running out of weeks too.
Wait, we got one more, don't we?
We gotta. They just dropped their wild card function. I think it either opens up like it's already open or it's gonna open up after tomorrow.
Okay, I'm gonna use my wild card. Yeah. So look, I mean, I think we all pretty much know what everybody's animes are. I'm doing good. I probably should be doing better because everybody else is boosted up, and I only got plus 29. So I clearly am not doing something right. But look, Stacy's staying on top. He's dominating.
Well, that wild card may actually basically shoot you up like what, about a good 1,500 if you play it right.
If you play it right, yep. All right, cool. So yeah, that's the week 9 rankings for the Anime League for our team. My team is sitting at 35-75, so I'm about 19% from the top. So I feel good about that. But you know, you got to be sitting at what I think they give prizes away if you're in like the top 10 or something like that.
Yeah, usually just like paid subscriptions to their website. So basically, you get to do a little more, no ads. You get to add more to your favorites list if you engage with that.
Yeah.
Like $100 gift card for like the top, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Something for fun. All right, guys, that'll do it for us.
Do you guys want to watch, because we were having like such a cool conversation about like voice acting? Do you guys want to watch like two clips? I sent them earlier. I didn't know if like it was the right place for it, but I have a clip of like a Japanese like live voice acting Light Yagami, and the second clip is like people reacting to like a voice actor announcement in Japan.
Did you put them in the private chat?
Yeah, I can resend them. So this is the voice acting clip of the Japanese voice of Light Yagami, and it's a cool one because like it's like when he was like still recording it, and then there's like another one where it shows you like several years later where it's like he hasn't done it in a while and he has to do it on the spot. Hopefully that one works.
All right, let me share this. All right, so this is excuse me. Share this
while you're doing
laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen.
これで邪魔者は全て消えた。他の者は僕を信じきっている。警察を支配するのも時間の問題だ。どうだ、エル。完全に僕の勝ちだ。僕の勝ちだ。これで邪魔者は全て消えた。他の者は僕を信じきっている。警察を支配するのも時間の問題だ。どうだ、エル。完全に僕の勝ちだ。僕の勝ちだ。
Still got it.
That was good.
Here's one more. This is
D
7 Deadly. Oh, what's up, Stacey?
What's up?
The wild card is available now.
Yeah,
So
I know.
Fantasy League,
I'm gonna use it. It's the moment we're done. The second we're done, I'm picking on that. All right, this is the second one from Name.
Yeah, this is how like hyped up, like even like a voice actor announcement for a character. This is how like hyped up it is in Japan. Like this is how big the voice acting, like it's like pretty much a separate. You can think of it like as an idol culture. It's like how they treat Hollywood stars basically over here. Like that's how like big voice acting is over there.
Okay.
Meliodas, Jiang,
so
King, Gosel, Marin ときて残るは一人。こちらをご覧ください。
So this is like American Idol for voice acting.
This is 7 Deadly Sins. They're announcing the voice of Escanor.
Oh, okay.
さあ来た。 つの谷さん、エスカノールを演じるのは杉田智和さんです。いやー
So yeah, I thought it was interesting because like we were talking about the MAPPA stuff earlier, and I don't know if they're gonna do a live stage for that, but like usually like they really love their voice actor announcements because like if they bring
they're
like,
going crazy over the voice actors getting announced.
Yeah, because like you don't
see that here.
They treat it's because it's a respected profession over there. Like they
look, as big as anime is over there, the voice actors are like gods. But like it's just crazy how crazy they're going over.
They take the craft very seriously.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
man.
that's something I wish. That's something
やっとフルメンバーですよ。
What would you say, name?
Yeah. Oh no, that's just I can speak after the video. We can keep watching if you want.
Oh. Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. He just makes a lot of jokes here. Like,
確かにそういう話でもありますけどもね。非常に皆さんサプライズ感出てましたねこれ。い
やーいいリアクションをいただきましたね。嬉しかったですね。
小刻みに皆さん頭を縦に振っておられる。こんなサプライズなかったですよね今まで。ありがとう。
もう泣きそうな人がちらほらいらっしゃいますね。
いや嬉しいですよ。よりこう賑やかになりましたね。言ってしまえば嬉しいですね。いやだって杉田の名前聞いたらでも一番罪深いやつが入ったなって。そうそうそう。
一番罪深い。
すいません本当ある意味本物の罪人が来たみたいな感じ。大丈夫前科とかないから大丈夫。
優しい方ですけどね。
そうですよ。杉田さん傲慢になることってありますか？
傲慢ですか？なんかギャルゲー遊んでる時ぐらいじゃないですか。
Yeah, they're just making jokes after this.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I want to say something real quick before I go back to the voice actors. Like, the energy here versus like what I see at AX, like it is really different because I feel like AX, because it's also, one of the things like they're coming to a foreign country, not everyone speaks Japanese. But like over there, they're like, look at this, they're just cracking jokes and whatever. Like that dude, like he's just making like lewd jokes like throughout. And like over here, it's like really professional, like, and I don't know, the energy is really different. If you've been there, BA, I know you watched the One Punch Man, like, they had the Saitama voice actor, like, they can't joke around like this over here, like I feel like it's all work.
It's more like it's more industry. It's here because it's an industry show when you sit back and think about it. Like the one thing that I would say about Anime Expo is it's more corporate than any other anime. And if obviously, it's the biggest one.
Yeah.
And so the corporations get involved. Crunchyroll's there heavy. But then every major anime studio is also there heavy. And it's like I said, it's a good experience. I wouldn't say anything negative about it, but it is corporate. And you feel that. You feel that every step of the way versus something like Anime Matsuri. It's not corporate. All right.
It's more fun.
It feels like
it's for the
fans by the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's more like down to earth. And it's just like, all right, I'm just hanging out with fellow anime heads, anime fans. I'm not hanging out in a space with a bunch of corporate, I
was gonna say, like Anime Matsuri is more fan base, whereas like Kamapalooza in Houston, like they gave it to the city, and the city made it totally corporate, and it's just not hidden as much or whatever.
Dude, what's crazy for like the corporate panels, like you guys have been saying it, dude. I've seen sometimes I have the pleasure of sitting in the like close to the front or at the front. I see them have a script in their hands, so like everything they planned out, like the Q&A, and I understand that it's really like tight scheduled pace, but like you can feel like the energy's like really, it's so rehearsed, like they're making all these like jokes, product placement. It's just like I just like I compare it to that where they're just like talking, and exactly, and like some of the smaller like like you said, fan run conventions or fan panels where you actually get to bring an actor on, like dude, they're just shooting the shit, like they're just having fun. I just kind of want to see more of that, like.
Like like Anime Matsuri, like if you ever go to Vic Mignogna's panel or whatever, Vic Mignogna is like laid back, nicest guy ever. I got to talk to him like after hours, like just like no cameras, no nothing, just chilling or whatever, and like we talked for hours or whatever, and like really nice person or whatever. So shout out to Vic Mignogna.
Really cool dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but like
All
going
right.
back to like, you know, the voice, I'll say one more thing, I'm so sorry, but it's like going back to like the idea of like voice acting being a respected profession over here. I wish that it was the same over here, because I've talked to like several voice actors, I've talked to like, you know, several actors. If you, it really, they really give off the vibe that voice acting, especially anime dubbing, is like one of the most looked down upon professions compared to like something like Hollywood, prestige television, or like theater.
Yeah.
Like anime dubbing is like the lowest rung. You get paid like, I forgot who said it to me, but he said it the best. Anime dubbing, it pays the least and it's the hardest because of like, you know, you're trying to match the dubbing. You often have to do more because like, you know, there's all this like fighting noises, the grunts, like, you know, the screams and all that.
Yeah.
So it's like it's harder work for, and they're being paid pennies for it. And I kind of wish that voice acting, like, you know, like Chris was saying, like, you know, people don't put respect on dubs because like the industry itself doesn't respect the dubs. Like it's starting to get better, you know, within Crunchyroll, like, you know, they're having a presence, but I think like until the vast, you know, the wider like Hollywood or just like, you know, Western like acting, you know, sphere, like circles change, like that's not like, you know, dubbing is going to be like looked down upon, and like, and it sucks
voice
because
actors
like
even get like the shaft when it comes to like doing Hollywood roles.
Exactly,
you know, like
dude,
they'll
like,
pass over a voice actor, a really good voice actor, for a Hollywood star in a New York Minute. You know, I saw an article about that. You know, they was talking about like how Chris Pratt got Mario.
I think it was it Matthew Lillard? Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard, Matthew Lillard, exactly.
Yeah, and yeah, it's like, you know, like Chris said, there's so many like talented, like, you know, just like blue collar actors just giving their all in these dubs, and like, you know, you could get them like their big break and like, you know, one of those like, you know, big Hollywood anime movies, and you choose to cast like a Hollywood actor. And I'm not saying that those guys can't do it, because like you've seen in the Ghibli dubs, they can deliver, but it's just like, you know, what do you, like we talk about on your main channel, DA, like what are you doing to like expand like the pool of actors, like, you know, for the future?
They
like,
want the big names, because the name that they put on a poster is going to sell, you know, at least a little bit. You know, you put Chris Mario, he's going to bring in more people. He's going to bring people in just because it's Chris Pratt and it's Anya Taylor-Joy, versus if you just had some no-name actor playing that role, you can't put that on a poster. You know, that's how it is.
But then it also gets into like this question that you've brought up. It's like, you know, are we reaching a point where characters are strong enough to carry, like, you know, a film? Like it doesn't matter who you cast, like as long as like the character name is there. Like, you know, we're talking about like, you know, Captain America. Like, are we going for Chris Evans? Or are we going for Captain America? You know, Spider-Man.
Right.
Are we going for Tom Holland? Or are we going for Spider-Man? Like, you know.
Well, at
like
some point you gotta have some sort of name in America anyway. The name recognition matters. That's the sad part about it. You know, so Tom Holland is always going to put more butts in seats and bring people in than some, like I said, some no-name actor. You know, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I am tired, man. It is after midnight. I am ready to hit the hay. I want to say thank you for all of you guys hanging out with us tonight. Stacy, let's start with you. What you got coming up, bro?
Got a new episode of Mortal Kombat coming up tomorrow. Only 2 fighters left. The minute the video goes live, head over to my post section of my channel. There will be a poll for next week's fighter. Also, new episode of Trails of Cold Steel on Sunday, and I'll be wrapping up Marvel superheroes on Tuesday, and just keep it going with Final Fantasy Tactics.
Thank you. Crease, anything you got on the docket this week?
Yeah, I got a lot of things. I got Crunchyroll videos either Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday, we got anime homework inside the For the Homies Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, just let me know. Just hit me up on X and I'll shoot you that link. And also, I did just start a new podcast with my other friend, Vagabond. It's called Ninjas at Night. We do it every Wednesday, 8 o'clock, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific. And then I Thursday For the Homies podcast. That's 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. And then like Saturday, I do another thing called Anime Side Quest with my friend Vagabond and Sophie, and it's just like more anime content for the Homies podcast. So that's what I got going on.
Very nice. Thank you for coming through, hanging out.
And Fridays
somehow
with
I
DA.
missed the super chat. I don't know how I did it, but Everett Randolph, I'm sorry, sir. I think you were trying to throw this in when we were going over the anime we would recommend. I always loved Vampire Hunter D.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That is a good one. That is a good one. Great suggestion. Thank you very much, Everett Randolph, for the 5. Thank you, everybody that contributed. Thank you, everybody that watched, that liked, that subscribed, that shared. I appreciate all of you guys. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you and talk anime. I don't know if anybody is still up and around. Can I redirect you to somewhere? Oh, look, Smash JT is up and around. All right, so I'll send y'all the Smash JT. Give him my regards. Everybody have a great night. We will see you again next week on Anime Nights. And y'all take care of yourselves. And it's been a pleasure. We'll see you. Peace.
Peace.